greatest of elite company. James Wright moves on to 7 Premier points. A comprehensive win for Rob Cross. The Iceman red hot again. He's unbeaten in the Premier League. That is why he's the Premier League champion.
It's tight, it's tense, it's turning into quite simply one of the best Premier Leagues ever. Nottingham's always been a hotbed of sport, and tonight it's all about the superstars of darts. A very warm welcome to night 6 of the Unibet Premier League, live from the wonderful Motorpoint Arena. Should be a night to remember here in the East Midlands as we bring you the most accurate arrows seen in this city since the days of Robin Hood. A great crowd, a wonderful atmosphere building already, a festival of darts, and some outstanding matches to look forward to. Opening up the night, Nathan Aspinall against Michael Smith, a repeat of the World Championship semi-final. Then James Wade takes on Mensur Suljovic, Wade topping the table. The informed Rob Cross faces the out-of-sorts Raymond van Barneveld in Game 3. Then the match of the night, mighty Michael van Gerwen takes on Gerwyn Price. And rounding off the night, Peter Snake by Wright, who averaged 106 last week, faces Daryl Gurney. Hi, good evening Nottingham. He's the fastest rising star on planet darts. Tonight, Nathan Aspinall aims to prove he belongs amongst the sports elite. The boys are here, Rod Harrington, Wayne Mardle. How good is Nathan Aspinall, Rod?
He's exceptional. I mean, he's got this self-belief in his own ability now. He's high in confidence. Semi-final of the World Championship in front of big noisy crowds, so this is not going to upset him. And then 2 weeks ago, wins the UK Open, take the 170 out to clinch it. I mean, he's learnt the trade well. He's come through the PDC system, so he's played against the Van Gerwen Andersons every other week, and he's learnt it well. And he's a very down-to-earth sort of person. He isn't going to get overwrought by, you know, his fame and fortune now. He's got his feet on the ground, and he's looking forward to this evening. I spoke to him earlier on, and he can't wait to get up here.
He's taken on Michael Smith, who's not playing the best at the moment.
No, he's not playing to all his powers, but he's still playing well. He's had a bit of trouble with an abscess, as Michael Smith, as we know. I feel like he's in decent enough form, but he's got a couple of gears to go up, which is always nice to know you've got. And if we look back at the last time these two played, when they played in the semi-final of the World Championships, for the best part of an hour, or basically 7 sets, it was an incredible game. So this could be anything. I just think that Nathan may have a little bit more pressure than normal on his shoulders. Yes, he did it in the Worlds, and he's stepped up to the mark again and won the UK Open. Now this is kind of up another level. And he's playing a bona fide, someone we think is going to be a future world champion in Michael Smith.
Fascinating night ahead. The Highlander was the hero in Aberdeen last week.
First game on, Cross versus Smith. That will do nicely. Brilliant control. Bullseye! Oh my! That was a pop, pop, pop! A deserved and comprehensive win for Rob Cross. James Wade is off and running. Oh my goodness! That hurts Gurney big time! He wants that double 18 for a whitewash, and a whitewash it is! James Wade simply stunning here in Aberdeen! Match 3. One for the cameras there from Gerwyn Price. If he didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck. Bullseye it is for a 4-1 lead, and Bullseye, he hits the Iceman red hot again in Aberdeen. There's something special about Aberdeen, isn't there? Who is going to pull through here? Well, let's see what Barney can do here. He'll not be beaten. Wow. And he gets there. Peter Wright, just 1 defeat in 5. terrific evening's arrows. What can Big Hendo do? Oh, Paula! Hendo! Well, well, well. What a night of darts this has been. Get a draw against the world number one. Well done, Big Hendo.
So it's been a bad couple of weeks for Michael van Gerwen, who drew with the brilliant John Henderson in Aberdeen and lost to James Wade in Exeter. Mighty Mike slipping to third in the table, 4 players locked on 7 points. James Wade leads the way from Rob Cross, Michael van Gerwen and Gerwyn Price. Barney in real trouble, bottom of the table, is the only player yet to get a win this season. Who'd have thought James Wade would be top of the table?
I mean, he has been playing exceptional for the last year. I mean, 2 TV event wins last year. He's got this game at the moment. We call it a typical Wade. It is a typical Wade with some extra scoring power that makes him highly dangerous. I mean, he's a renowned tournament winner, and the Premier League has won that. At the moment, to beat him, you have got to be on your game. He proved last week against Daryl Gurney. He gets in front, and even when they start to win legs, these big checkouts, he just got him in his locker, and very hard to beat.
Wade didn't play last year. Price had a nightmare. All changed this year.
Yeah, what a difference a year makes. See, after last year's, after being eliminated, I don't want to play in the Premier League anymore, he said. Then he snapped his Achilles tendon. The year just got worse and worse. Plays in the match play, just basically turned up for a payday, knowing he couldn't win a game. Now he looks like he's not going to lose a game. He's playing brilliantly. He's won 2 events this year, semi-finals, the other 2 events, and he's unbeaten in the Premier League. He has really turned his career around, a bit like Nathan, who's turned his career around the last few months.
What a brilliant night for the Highlander, Big John Henderson.
Oh, last week, I mean, that was incredible. I mean, at one time it looked like Michael van Gerwen was going to run away with it. But John Henderson, he was like on a surfboard on the crowd, the noise of the crowd. And once he got that adrenaline going, you could see it in him. And he'll remember that night for the rest of his life. It doesn't matter whatever he wins or he plays. He's going to remember that for the rest of his life.
It was an incredible night in Aberdeen, wasn't it?
It really was, and I still think that the smallness, the intimate atmosphere that we had there, I think there was like 3,500, 4,000. I think it added something to it. And full credit to Michael van Gerwen, because someone else, some lesser mortal could have folded under all the support that John Henderson was getting. I thought they both held it together.
A big dry cleaning bill as well, with all that beer flying all over the place. What about Barney? He's still not out of it, is he?
He's not, but at the moment, the way he's playing, you can't see him getting off the bottom of the table. I mean, we know what a talent he is, but he hasn't got I can't see, personally, the grit and determination in him that he needs to get off the bottom of that table. As soon as he gets behind, I don't see anything. I mean, last year against Michael in Rotterdam, you see everything from Barney. We've seen it now and again. But I don't see it at the moment. I can't see him getting off the bottom.
This is what we've got to look forward to in Nottingham, kicking off the night. Nathan Aspinall against Michael Smith. Thoughts?
Yeah, I really do think Michael Smith wins this. I just think Nathan Aspinall has got some pressure on his shoulders for the first time.
Wade against Suljovic. Wade averaging over 100, playing amazing.
Yes, I mean, I've got Wade winning this. I think they're both solid players, but Wade's got that extra bit of scoring power at the moment.
Can Barney get a win?
Barney has to improve. He really does. If he carries on the way he's going to leave this winless. I think Cross wins.
Price against Michael van Gerwen, the match of the night.
Absolutely. I mean, Price, he's not going to be scared of Michael. He's going to get up, play his own game. But I just think we're going to see the best of Michael van Gerwen this evening.
And rounding off the night, Wright against Gurney. Is that going to be a draw?
Well, Wright last week, averaging 106, played brilliant. But Daryl Gurney, the last 2 weeks, I think he's averaged 94 and 90. As opposed to the hundreds that he was averaging before that. I'm not sure what's happened to Daryl's game. Right now, I think Smith is slightly more consistent, and they're both inconsistent, by the way, than Gurney.
Cheers, boys. Brilliant atmosphere already building. Nottingham, are you ready for darts? Let's play.
Van the man. Bully boy. Sensational Suljovic. That's high voltage darts. Darts of the highest quality here. That's fireworks, all right, from Peter Wright. That is why he's the Premier League champion. Ruthless. Daryl Gurney. Aspinall is playing the match of his life. James Wade, simply stunning. Michael Smith, a world champion in waiting.
Hello and a very special welcome. This week's Premier League comes to you from the amazing city of Nottingham. Hello, welcome to the Unibet Premier League, brought to you by the Professional Dance Corporation, live on Sky Sports. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands joining us live and the millions joining us around the world, it's time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, time to meet our next contender. The winner of 2 PDC ranking events, a World Championship semi-finalist, and the newly crowned UK Open champion, the Nathan Aspinall! Finalist, the winner of the Shanghai Dance Masters and the former World Youth Champion, the Bully Boy, Michael Smith!
You have to say Nathan Aspinall looked right at home there, not a shred of nerves.
No, he looks so comfortable, and like I said on top of the show, I spoke to him earlier on, and he cannot wait to get on that stage, and he really is here to impress. I mean, he's up against another youngster. Smith is not that old himself. Smith has got to stop throwing those sloppy darts away that he's drifted into his game over the last 3 or 4 weeks. He just leans forward, and especially the last dart, he's going to have to tighten up on that. If he does and he gets his scoring power done, then I think that he will win it, but he's got to be careful with this Aspinall because he mustn't give him too many shots at a double.
Is Smith the man under pressure here?
Absolutely, in my opinion. Nathan has got nothing to prove. He's up here, up for none as we call it. Smith, he needs 2 points. He needs to try and get away from that relegation zone.
Some night of dance in Nottingham. Wayne Marden and Rod Studd taking you through this one.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, great way to start here with Nathan Aspinall, fresh from his UK Open win. The latest of the contenders. Can he be the first contender to get a win? Stoby almost did in week 1, didn't he? And Steve Lennon had Peter Wright on the ropes in week 3, and then that epic performance from Big Hendo last week, the draw against Michael van Gerwen. For those of you confused by the kick clash, Michael Smith is the man with the beard. Hello, Matt. What do you reckon here? You reckon Michael Smith will win this game?
I do. I do. Michael Smith was playing excellently in the UK Open a couple of weeks ago. Just, in my opinion, fatigued by that abscess trouble. But this guy you're watching now, Nathan Aspinall, he's got something. He holds it together under pressure. He's got belief. He wants to progress.
Well, it could have been a repeat not only of their epic World Championship semi-final, it could have been their repeat of the UK Open final, couldn't it? Had Michael Smith beaten Rob Cross in the semi there before the Asp defeated Voltage in the final. Having enjoyed a superb win over Gerwyn Price in the semi-final also. Brilliant run in the World Championship too. That semi-final, what a game that was. Probably the game of the tournament, wasn't it? One of the games of the tournament for sure.
Yeah, I thought Nathan Aspinall back then playing the biggest match of his life just held it together beautifully, brilliantly. And 6 sets in, it was a case of who's going to blink. And Michael Smith just showing that experience, I think, in the end. This man, though, has definitely got it. I'm not sure what it means to have it, but he seems to have something.
The two balls having not been able to see the treble with his second dart. Treble 18 for ball here for the Asp. Leaves the bullseye. Well, the man who completed the UK Open triumph with a big fish bullseye finish. Almost hit the ball there. Michael Smith hits double six and takes the opening match.
Second leg, Michael to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, it didn't settle there at all, Nathan. Smith has become, over the last 2 or 3 years, a player that you feel is going to achieve something huge. He's reached the World Championship final. That's the Michael van Gerwen this year. Last year, lost in the final of the Premier League. It was after beating Gary Anderson in the semis, and he played well in the final. Just van Gerwen was unplayable.
He did play well, but it was really akin to every time he towed the hockey, somebody hit him with a frying pan. Did well to get as many legs. What did he get then? 3 legs, was it? He did well to.
Yeah.
Not to get that many the way Van Gerwen was playing, averaging over 110.
Yeah, he did well to just not cry and walk off the stage. I think that's what I would have done. I've been odds on to do that. 1 to 3.
What a difference in the Premier League this year for Michael Smith. When we reached week 6 last year, he had 4 wins and 1 defeat, and he was second in the table. This year he's only won 1 of his opening 5 fixtures, and he's 8th. Very different 12 months on. But here, with a chance here to hit 4 19s for tops to go 2 up. Can't find them.
He's absolutely dominating proceedings and not playing very well in doing it. Nathan needs something to settle him down. 57 would help. Double 12.
117.
It was a great effort for Nathan. It wasn't good enough. Is this going to be 2-0? Well, they were wild. They were wild, and he'd be livid.
I wouldn't like to guess at the combined missing margin of those 3. Oh, now this is a big dart.
18.
Well, he's missed 4 and a double there. Michael Smith's abject efforts at double 12 no longer matter. He wants double 6 again.
9 score.
Oh, that's just silly.
Nathan, you require 6.
You make sure you bust. Well, this has all just become...
Well,
I'm not sure what it's become.
He just threw his dart away. He thought the leg had been lost, Michael Smith. That's all well and good, Mike, but it's not lost. Now it's won. He's a little fortunate there because he should have been coming back for 3 darts at double 6 mark here as well.
Yeah.
And he ended up getting 2 at double 1 and hitting it with the first of those 2. It was silly play from Michael Smith that he got away with.
Yeah, he showed a bit of petulance there. Like you said, Rod, he got away with it. And Nathan Aspinall, again, has not done anything to settle himself down. Remember, he missed the double 12 off the 1-4-1 combination. That would have been a great fillip for him, but now had 8 at a double, missed 8. Smith tooling up because is it 2 darts from the 8 that he's had?
86.
Some of the first matches in this year's Premier League have been absolutely stunning. They've been brilliant, in fact.
100.
Cross last week against Smith was a pearler. Luke Humphries versus Price. This one is not up there, I'm afraid.
Well, Luke Humphries versus Price. Remember at the start of the match, Luke Humphries was really edgy, just as Nathan Aspinall is here. Really, it had a couple of ordinary legs. His first leg was poor, wasn't it? But then Luke Humphries grew into the match and put on a magnificent display, averaging 101 to earn a share of the spoils, if you will, against Gerwyn Price, who averaged just under 100 himself.
98.
So there's time for Aspinall here, and this will be a good time to start.
Double 18. Go on then.
51. Michael, you require 90.
Well, 2020 bull. 2020 bull. Double 5 then.
Game shot in the third leg.
3-0 to Michael Smith.
Fourth leg, Michael to throw first. Game on.
There you go, double 5. Zip 3. This
Nathan Aspinall's missed his first 10 darts at double, and it could have been so different, couldn't it? Because one of those darts at double was a double 12 attempt off the back of a 141 checkout bid, and had that gone in, well, would have been a very different scenario here. But as it is now, he's thinking, little doubt that he's thinking, I just want to win a leg here. I just got to win a leg. I just can't win this big stage to get whitewashed.
This is turning into an absolute darting disaster.
16.
On the positive, he's going to get the throw in at least 2 more legs here, Nathan Aspinall.
133.
Can't put the scores together. The finishing, it's all going wrong. UK Open champ. Now he's falling down the hockey. Come on, Nathan, compose yourself, pal.
54.
Right, he's just got to take a second here. That's it. It's horrible when it's going as wrong as this, when you know you're so much better.
Well, I was going to say, as you know yourself, until you added when you know you're so much better. 81 here for Michael Smith. Lovely first dart, leaves double 12. No problem this time on double 12 for the bully boy. Reels off the first 4 legs.
Well, it's a good start for him. Something he hasn't had in any leg really so far. I'm going to say that he just needs to relax, but to relax he needs to hit good shots, and to hit good shots he needs to relax. It really is a vicious cycle.
Yeah. Well, everyone knows he's miles better. Not just from that UK Open. Let's remind ourselves, in that World Championship semi-final, he averaged around 100. Hit 13 maximums. Michael Smith hit 17. But it was a match, as you mentioned earlier, Wayne, for 6 sets was of the utmost excellence from both players. Relentless excellence.
There's one on the tour as well. One of the few players to actually have won on the Challenge Tour, Development Tour and Main Tour, Nathan Aspinall. So he's plied his trade and he's won effectively wherever he's gone. And now he's a major champion. Well, that was a snatch, you saw that.
97.
Let go of the dart too late, forcing it low. You end up trying to put too much oomph into it. 51.
Smith now looking at a 2-dart combination
94.
to go 5-0 up.
64.
It was only last year that he had a whitewash of Raymond van Barneveld in the Premier League. He wants tops, and now
44.
Nathan Aspinall gets his chance to avoid the whitewash. Double 16, 2 in hand. What a relief! What a relief for Nathan Aspinall. His first dart successful at a double and his 11th attempt. So he will not join the list of shame. I mentioned Michael Smith, the last man to record a whitewash last year, 7-0.
Here we go.
Right. First was in 2007, Lloyd over Jenkins. And
Anyway, what Smith has to do here, just keep ploughing on. He's 4-1 up. Aspinall looking to add another to his first leg.
well, let's get it right. We've seen games turn around here this year, almost more than any other. We've seen it happen with the contenders as well. Remember, Chris Dobie was well up on Mensur Suljovic, wasn't he? Was he 5-1 up, wasn't he?
5-1, yeah.
Yeah. That ended in a draw.
96.
Saw Peter Wright 3-0 down to Steve Lennon, another contender, before Snakey turned it around to get home. That was in Dublin.
58.
Barney was 5-1 down against Mensur. Pulled that back for a draw.
So Aspinall, having got a leg on the board, can he build on that?
97.
Or will Smith just slam the door in his face? This will be a good way to do it. Tops then for the bully boy. Oh, that's a lovely throw, it really was. It's so controlled and he does make it look so easy when he throws as fluently as that. The highest checkout of the match, the first 3-figure out shot of the match, 5-1.
43.
In the last 24 months, Nathan has won the best part of 240 grand. Over 200 of that is come in the last 9 or 10 weeks. Shows you how well he's been playing recently. So this is kind of an outlier, this performance. He's not to be judged on this. He's miles better. Unfortunately, when you try so hard, it can go wrong.
Well, he's a cert to be at the World Match Play, isn't he? And that'll be his next really big test. No, actually, amazingly enough, first maximum of the match. I mentioned that World Championship semi-final. They had 30 between them in 46 legs, but it took to the 7th leg to hit one here.
140.
Yeah, most players are first dart merchants. Smith, no different. Once that first one goes in, they are deadly.
41. Nathan, you require 158.
Treble 20. Go on, stay there. You have to. Double 19. You have to. It's gone.
Nathan Aspinall.
Oh, superb from Smith.
First. Game on.
An absolute perfection. Perfection from Nathan Aspinall.
Well, he missed his first 10 darts at a double. Then he got back, hitting his next dart at a double, and then a quick pop, 158 Wayne to make 2 consecutive darts at double.
Showed the class at last.
He did, didn't he?
99.
Love that.
Great finish from Nathan Aspinall.
100.
Now, can he break the throw here, just to make it interesting?
Yeah, the plus side to the way that Nathan Aspinall throws is that he holds the dart kind of very, very lightly, and there's not too many fingers on it. So if he does get nervous, releasing the dart, he's fine. He's not going to be flicking and pushing. That is a good trait to have in your action. That's why you don't really see him deviate that much. He's going to stay there. Good setup play. Wasn't interested in taking it out. It's all about the next visit for Smith.
That'll be a very, very handy 2 points for Michael Smith. Eventually started the evening in 8th spot. Beat Barney, didn't he? Wants tops here to guarantee at least 1 point. Now then, right, this will start to get interesting here, because Aspinall, you'd fancy to get at least a shot at ball, but he'll hope for 2 at double. 14. Oh, Nathan.
34. Michael, we require 40.
We saw there, didn't we? We literally saw him jump on the spot as he was letting go of the dart. They can go high and low when you do that. Why are you apologising? Michael, why are you apologising for hitting it? Come on now.
100.
Well, in terms of the league, that's a really important point. But he won't want that.
100.
We want another one. And that will take him clear of Barney. And it's all about legs difference as well, Rodri.
His way. Levels the maximum count. Yeah, Michael Smith would go from 8th up to 6th above Daryl, Gurney and Mensur, Suljovic, but of course they've got to play their matches later on this evening, so things will filter out.
57.
But as you said, Wayne, he's going to be 3 points clear of Raymond van Barneveld, and games are starting to run out now before Judgment Night, which is the second of the evenings in Rotterdam, isn't it?
Yeah, and the legs difference as well. Might as well be 4 points. This is not the result for RVB fans. But he's already taken out a 158. 39 for 32.
81.
You can go what way you like when your opponent's on 209.
82.
Well, can Aspinall tie up here? It would be a 13 darter if he hits it with his first arrow. He's going to hit it really, and he hasn't. It just opens the door for Michael Smith to wrap it up on a spectacular outshot. Treble 19 leaves the ball. 127 again, and Michael Smith wraps up a comprehensive victory over Nathan Aspinall, who just didn't get started quick enough. A mid-match rally from the Asp, not enough, and a really important victory for the bully boy. Pulls him clear of trouble at the bottom of the table. His second win of the Premier League this year. 7-2 over Aspinall.
It goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Numbers jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Numbers jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Numbers jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Numbers jump.
The Daryl slide from Nottingham. Michael Smith, a 7-2 over Nathan Aspinall. Up next is top of the table. James Wade takes on Mensur Suljovic. Tasty tussle this one. Rob Cross against Barney. Can Barney find some form? Match tonight, Gerwyn Price against mighty Michael van Gerwen. And rounding off the night, Peter Snake by Wright against Daryl Gurney. Aspinall, tough night at the office. Premier League debut. The contender outclassed by the bully boy who really bullied him. 2 legs all, Aspinall won. A 1-2-7 to round it off for Michael Smith. A good win. Michael Smith moves up to 6th position, 5 points so far. He's talking to Nigel Pearson.
Michael, many congratulations. You got there in the end.
Yeah, I did play my best game up there, but luckily enough, Nathan let me off in the first 2 or first 3 legs, so I got away with it, and then I let him back in with that 1-5 air for he's going to come back now. But no, I was trying to tell him on stage, said you might not have felt, after the match, you might not feel nerves like this, but it's bad. It's like, even though you don't feel like you're shaking, it's bad. You know there's something there, and you watch it back, and you know something's gone wrong. And he just said then, he was like, it was loud, and he said, this is what you get every week, man. He said, this is, I was like, I remember my first night in Leeds when he had to play 2 and I got smashed, but Nathan did a good account of himself though. He should have beat me, to be fair. I wasn't on top game, but took my chances when it was there and I got the job done. 2 points on the board.
That's the most important thing, isn't it? 2 points on the board, particularly when you looked at your league position.
Yeah, of course. I always kept thinking about it my first year, just looking at the bottom of the table, looking up at everyone like this, but after last year I played really well and I was kind of expecting myself instead of putting the hard work in. Don't get me wrong, I do everything that I possibly can, but it was kind of a different mentality. It was like, I've done it once before, I can do it. And I realised after the first 4, first 5, and then I need to put in the mentality and the focus, the hard work to get these wins. And tonight was massive for me because I didn't want to be the first one to lose to a contender. And I know Nathan's not a contender, he's a major winner. He proved that last week, so he's not a contender. But I didn't want to be the first, and I needed them 2 points as well.
Great result for you. Well done, Michael. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, mate. Cheers, Tom.
He was under pressure, didn't want to be the first man to lose to a contender. Played reasonably well, Michael Smith.
Yeah, he was 4-0 up, but he wasn't playing well at all. He was averaging like mid-80s, but Nathan just didn't settle. He took out a 1-5-8. That was like the best thing he did during the match. If he'd have taken out the 1-4-1 in the second leg, or even if he didn't come back and then take out the shot, which he had darts for, could have been a different game. But you need to settle in any sport. You need to settle, and he just couldn't. I kind of felt for him, but I did say before, I felt he was under pressure tonight. I don't know if he felt that way. I'll have to ask him. But Nathan, to me, had that little bit of, right, you played well in the Worlds, you won the UK Open, not just did well, won the UK Open, come in here and prove that you're as good as what everyone thinks you are. I kind of feel for him a bit because he didn't get going at all.
Nothing prepares if you're walking out in front of 7,000 people going mad though, does it?
I've been fortunate to play in huge arenas. I don't think you ever get used to it, you just kind of deal with it. And if there's ever a point you walk out and you're not nervous, then you've got to ask yourself, what do you really play the game for? Michael Smith did I would call it a professional job, apart from the unprofessional act of trying to dart out the board, which was just a bit petulant really, shouldn't be doing that. And I thought we did all right.
Speaking about professional jobs, James Wade, the ultimate professional this Premier League campaign, top of the table.
He just looks at home, he just looks, he looks to me like there's no pressure in any game. No matter what you throw at him, literally on the dartboard he can deal with. Michael van Gerwen, when he played him, Michael gave him a couple of chances, he took them, then ran away with it. But last week was probably one of the best performances I've ever seen.
7-0.
Yeah, it wasn't really the result, it was the performance. It was effectively 13 darts to 14, 15, constantly. There was no giving his opponent 6 visits. There was none of that, or even 5 sometimes. He just absolutely annihilated Daryl. If he plays anywhere like that tonight, he'll win. But Mensur Suljovic, he's got the game to live with anyone, we know that. But what we've seen so far, Wade has been better.
Thanks, Wayne. Wade against Suljovic, coming next, live from Nottingham.
Talk about me, you better hashtag problem. Hashtag problem.
Simply sensational!
That is
incredible.
Where do you know me from? 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 Where do you know me from?
Oh, that is unbelievable!
My name is the problem.
Sensational Suljovic!
Live in the flesh.
Mensur Suljovic, too good.
is right on top of the world.
James Wade, one of the best in the business.
Oh, that's just ridiculous.
Fantastic James Wade! Pure box office.
The machine. Oh, you cannot get better than that.
Clinical.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the historical city of Nottingham and the Unibet Premier League, brought to you by the Professional Dance Corporation. We are live on Sky Sports, and now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the players. He is top of the league. He is the former Premier League champion, the winner of 9 TV titles, the Machine, James Wade!
I said, boys are back in town.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the German Dance Masters, the winner of the Champions League, it's the gentle Mensur Suljovic.
It's going to be a good contest, this one. Today things are going well for James Wade, a bit of an understatement. 7-0 thrashing of Daryl Gurney last week, averaged 109.59. And the week before, he beat Michael van Gerwen.
Things all right. He can play the game. Yeah, like we've said, Dave, many a time, James Wade is one of these players that just goes about his business. And some days he's a relentless beast, and others he just kind of takes his chances. We've called him opportunist many a time. But Mensur Suljovic is someone that is definitely not taking his chances. He's played 5 matches in this Premier League. He's had a higher average 5 times than his opponent. Every single match he's had a higher average than his opponent, and he's managed to lose 4 of those and only win 1. His timing's off, his doubling is not as good as what it has been in previous years. That has to change, otherwise he's going to lose more games and he will not make the playoffs.
His head-to-head record with Wade is good though, isn't it?
It is good, yeah, he's leading 8-5 on that, and they've shared the last few. But you've got to say right now, James Wade just looks that little bit more likely. I'm just going to go with the form book and say Wadey.
Middle out on the Premier League stage, how will it go? Rod Harrington, Nigel Pearson.
Dave, thank you very much indeed. Yes, and just 7 days ago, James Wade, in the form of his life, to absolutely tear apart Daryl Gurney in Aberdeen. But tonight we're in Nottingham.
To throw first.
Mensur Suljovic, who has outscored Wadey on the 140 count in the Premier League so far by 51-34. But look at this for a nice tidy start from James Wade. Just as I talk about the 140 count, Wadey hits one to get us underway. Really is in great form. Doesn't show much emotion, of course. Didn't do last week. 101.3 tournament average, James Wade. This fella, 98 tournament average. Suljovic as well. Hasn't played badly, Mensur, but just the 1 win in 5.
Yes, he can't buy a win. You get other players that don't play as well, but they throw great darts at crucial times that nick win, nick draws. But Mensur, the same as last year in the Premier League, he just can't buy a win. And he's come up against James Wade, who's in, well, you've got to say the form of his life. I mean, normally James Wade around about the 96, 98 average, good percentage, but now he's up that scoring power, more 180s. He's always been a great 140 man, but the 180s he's hitting is really giving him that edge, Nigel. And at the moment, you can't see him losing, can you?
Yeah, 16 180s in the Premier League so far for Wade. Big night for Mensur, though, just that 1 win, and he's on 4 points from 5 matches. And the fact that Michael Smith has won earlier tonight to put himself onto 5 from 6, and the nature of the victory is such that Bully Boy's legs difference is back to 0 rather than the -5. That's an important part of that game as well. Now, treble 17 would have left the ball for Wade. He's not going out here.
57.
So Wade is going to be back for 64 unless Mensur can bring the house down with this 161 now.
Do you know, I like the 25 with that last dart, Nige. Comes back with 59, gives him guaranteed 2 darts at a double. And he's only going to come back with perhaps 1. He may hit the treble 8, Wade, and leave him double top for 2 darts, but play the percentages at times, especially early on in the match when you're just trying to find your form, just get your action going.
93.
Block the bed there, Mensur now. 64 for Wade. He's hit the treble 8 first start. Now tops, surely. Double 10. Well, there you go. No mistake, second time of asking at the double. And James Wade is off and running with that finish at double 10.
Yes, a nice little 15 dart leg with the throw. Really does put the pressure on your opponent. But that will kickstart Mensur Suljovic's match, or hopefully. That's number 11 on the 180 count for his tournament.
100.
The one thing when you're playing James Wade at the moment, though, Nige, and every player's thinking it, you know, they're thinking, don't let Wade get around about the 100 because he is so good. And from about 100 to 124, something like that. But here we go with Suljovic. That's 4 trebles.
100.
4 perfect darts for Mensur Suljovic. This venue, of course, hosting ice hockey on Sunday. The Panthers, but who will be ice cool here between these two tonight. Wade, known for it. His temperament this season in 5 Premier League games with 3 wins. But he's going to be tested here because Suljovic has started well in this match. Superb! 2 180s now for Mensur Suljovic, 12 in the Premier League overall. This is a tidy start to this one, Rod.
100.
It certainly is, and that's exactly what we wanted. We wanted to see Suljovic get out of the gate pretty quick, and he certainly has in this leg. He's going to get a couple of handfuls of darts to sort this out. Double 16 now. Unusual. I thought he might have gone for the double 14, but never mind. That's a 12 dart leg from the Austrian, and we are off and running.
Yeah, it could have been an 11 dart leg that for Mensur Suljovic, but high quality start from both players here. One apiece. Suljovic with 2 draws and 1 win, a couple of defeats, only 4 points in the Premier League. But of course, before tonight, 4 players on the 7-point mark with Peter Wright, 1 behind on 6. Wright plays Daryl Gurney at the end of tonight.
96.
Rod Cross, Raymond van Barneveld. Barney stuck to the top of the table, but determined to avoid elimination on Judgment Night. He's been very keen to make that point clear throughout the course of the week leading up to Nottingham. Gerwyn, Price and Michael van Gerwen and Peter Wright and Daryl Gurney still to come. But this one, good start, but Suljovic, the gentle, he's hitting the first start with a treble 20 with great regularity, and that's good.
Well, that gives you the confidence. When you're talking about Barney, I mean, with Michael Smith winning, it really has put Barney in a bad position. 3 points adrift
60
of Michael Smith, 2 behind Mensur and Gurney. Well, Suljovic has now got the throw off of James Wade. Can he use it? Needs to find at least 1 treble, which he has done. Probably go 18s. That's what he's done.
98.
Yes, and of course the first priority for these lads is to avoid elimination on Judgment Night.
100.
Mensur Suljovic, though, with only 1 win under his belt, has hit 14 trebles in this match already. He's at 167, hitting trebles for fun. Well, he's all about setting it up here because Wade's not on a finish.
Oh, what a time to put in a bad score. It's just opened up the door for James Wade to nick this. Another one of those trebles.
100.
Got to look at 19s now for Mensur Suljovic. 4 of those will give him a dart at the bullseye, and that previous 3 darts of 41 has put this check out under pressure.
Treble 19. There's the first dart. Needs another one. For double 6 for a 1-2-6 and a break and throw.
140.
Great effort from Suljovic.
83.
Now Wade to hold. Gets the treble 17, needs double 16.
Well, you don't see Wade chuck many chances away. And Suljovic has got to take advantage of that. He's going to miss the double six, just put it on the outside. Or just put it straight in the middle. It's a breaker throw for Suljovic. And James, well, he doesn't look worried, does he? You have to laugh at him. But the fist pump and the face of the Austrian says it all.
Well, lovely finish from Mensur Suljovic. And it's his throw now as well.
Game on.
But yes, James Wade has missed 3 darts at a double. He's averaging now down at 92, which is below what he has been playing
60.
at. Suljovic, a poor visit, a chance for James Wade now to try and cash in, and it's a slack second dart. Can he hit the red bit? No, he's gone down for the ball.
Well, I don't understand that third dart. James Wade never does that. He needs trebles. 25s are no really good. But after that first leg, which was a level 15 dart for James Wade, you're thinking, right, he's going to move on here. But since then, the last 2 legs, he's not really hit a lot. He needs to start his first dart. He's not in the right place.
Can he get another one?
95.
Only 95, we say. He's averaging 90 now, but his tournament average is still at 100.6. 2 180s to 0 to the big fella, Suljovic. That's a great first dart.
85.
It's a great visit from Suljovic. James just can't find any rhythm, can't find any consistency at this stage. Just the 100. But he is ahead, but Suljovic has these darts now.
Yes, you have to say, as bad as Wade he's playing at the moment, he's still well and truly in the game. Suljovic is not punishing him.
100.
Well, he's going to get 6 darts from here. Oh, and that's the perfect dart for him. Here we go. Here we go. His first maximum. And what a sucker punch that was.
Perfect timing from Wade for his first 180 of the match, leaving 66. And Suljovic not even on a finish. The mark of a great player. Fill it up, Mensur. There you go. Now there's pressure on Wade for 66 to break back immediately. 12 leaves tops now. 1 dart in hand at tops for 2 apiece. Boom, there you go. 2 apiece it is, never in doubt.
How many times do we see James Wade do that? In that leg, against the throw, he looked dead and buried at the start, didn't he? You're thinking, no, Wade is not going to do, he's going to go 3-1 down. But he again pulls out 3 brilliant scoring darts and then just closes 100. The match out. I mean, it's actually, when you say it, like, it's so simple, isn't it? I can't believe we're not playing, Nige.
How's your luck, Mensur, after that wonderful score to put the pressure on?
96.
So, a good battle between 2 real superb professionals here. Battling away, slugging it out.
100.
James Wade, top of the table on legs difference before tonight, held by that 7-0 last week in Aberdeen. But one of 4 players on 7 points. Rob Cross, Michael van Gerwen, Gerwyn Price. Of course, Gerwyn Price and Michael van Gerwen face each other here in Nottingham tonight.
85.
So it's very tight at the top. Now Wade would love to get 2 points on the board tonight and move on to 9. And that would leave Mensur still on
140.
4. So a significant match. We're only in week 6 of the Premier League, but it's still a big night for both these players.
I know Barney be rooting for James Wade, that's for sure, Nige.
140.
But the thing about, players like James Wade, where their game is at the moment, if they're going to go off the ball for a couple of legs, you have got to win those legs. It's like Michael on his day. You're not going to win every leg, so if he plays indifferent, you've got to take him. And Mensur's not done that. Mensur should be 3-1 up. He had that 4th leg in the palm of his hand, and then just didn't do it at the right time. 3 brilliant darts at the end were not enough. They had to come 6-9 darts earlier.
This to hold. 20 for tops now. 1 dart at tops. Suljovic is waiting. And Suljovic is back for tops himself for a break for 3-2. Drama here in Nottingham. Mensur Suljovic needs the red bit. Now double 10. No problem that time. 3 breaks of throwing, 5 legs of darts here between these two fellas. Good stuff, Mensur Suljovic.
Game on.
Yes, after giving that last leg away, he'd come back with a third 14 dart leg, and he's still 104 average. That's unfortunate. So now can Wade make him pay for that? But out of the 2 nights, you have to say that the averages obviously speak and say that. But Suljovic looks the more solid in the game at the moment.
I'd agree with that, Rod, but also it's almost like we're waiting for James to click into top form, and if he does, watch out Suljovic. But we know on the big stage with thousands of fans, anything can happen.
140.
Wade, who's had a wonderful couple of weeks in the Premier League, has got his work cut out here. Make no mistake. Nice darts.
140.
Suljovic needs to find another one of those. Well, the ton should keep him in front comfortable, but James Wade, last time in this sort of position, he hit a maximum. 125, I believe in 136, not a bad check out. Almost 123.
23.
Well, what a last start. Just checks the score, and then as easy as you like. It makes it look so simple, just floats it into the treble 20 bed. Puts Suljovic under pressure. Can he use that as a marker for the red bit? It's dipped below it. Got to go above.
60.
Do you know, in leg 4, Nige, Suljovic done exactly the same, and he's opened the door up. Double 12 for James Wade for a 138 on the wire.
140.
Will he come back?
Mensur requiring 161.
Got to finish on the bullseye if he's to go 4-2 up.
So Wade's going to be back here now. 3 apiece. Double 12. 1 dart left for the green bit here.
12.
Well, who would have thought it? 8 missed darts and a double for James Wade. Before tonight, he's finishing in the Premier League at 52%, only at 20 tonight. Suljovic now. Treble 20 leaves double 12. There's the first bit of the combination. Double 12 for a 4-2 lead. That's a good dart as a marker. Oh, yes. And there's daylight for the first time, Rod.
Yes. You don't see many mistakes from James Wade on the checkouts, but he did then, and Suljovic is the one that punishes him. 4-2 up. And that checkout
140.
secure him a point. I mean, 4-2 up against James Wade. You've still got to concentrate, obviously. But now Suljovic, he's still over the 100 average, so he's still taking the game, and 50% on the doubles. So, you know, a real strong game from the Austrian.
100.
Yeah, very good performance from Suljovic. 50% at the checkout, 100.7 average. Look at this from James Wade, though, in response. Perfect! Perfect timing from Wade. His second 180. He's put his average back up to 98.6 now. And he just looked as though he got a bit quicker with that visit. 2 more legs for Suljovic and he won't be beaten, remember. Look at this from Wade. Definitely speeding up, isn't he, Rod?
105.
Yeah, absolutely. And he used the 25 there well, guarantees him a dart at the double. Well, young and old, they all come to the darts. I've been to some academies and schools here in Nottingham today that are starting to put darts in them, which is very encouraging for the future.
140, JJ requires 76.
Well, double 8 for James Wade. Certainly speeded up his game, and that was clinical. A clinical leg from James Wade, and he hangs on in there. However, he needs to break Suljovic.
Come on, he says. I think he's a little bit annoyed that he found himself 4-2 down. And the door
66
is going to be open for Wadey for a big visit here now. Squeeze in the middle.
60.
Only 60 has let Suljovic off the hook there.
Yes, big time. This sort of situation needs to fire in big game. Well, they're the leg on leg averages. Suljovic is
not bad.
Yeah, very tidy from Suljovic especially.
140.
Yes, still go either way, this. Brilliant darts from James Wade. You just knew, didn't you? The room was there in the middle. And he made no mistake with that dart, James Wade. A third 180, level with Suljovic now, as you can see from your turntable. 3 180s apiece. Wade outstripping him on the 100 count. And now it's 4-3, Suljovic on the 180 count. Wow, the crowd are loving this in Nottingham.
What a great response from Suljovic.
60.
Well, 115, he's going to get 6 darts from here. Just needs to stay straight. Don't do anything silly with these 3 darts. Well, double 18 could take it out. 115.
79.
Going to be back anyway. Wade with the look of a man who knows this leg could well be gone. He's hit 80 from 2 darts now.
105.
Just in case he gets the chance to come back, he leaves 96. But Suljovic finishing at 44%. You would expect him to see this through now, to go within a leg of guaranteeing a point here in Nottingham. There's the target. Now double 9. Loves that side of the board, Mensur Suljovic. Double 9 does the trick. 5-3 up. And now, 1 away from guaranteeing a point, Mensur Suljovic.
59.
He's possibly the only player in the world that likes double 9 because he loves the double 14. I don't know a player that loves that switch. A lot of players leave the double 18. It's a great height. But the switch to the 9s, I don't like. But Suljovic, I mean, 103 average, Nige, 45% on the doubles. A real good
100.
game from him. He's taken the game from Wadey since he took the lead early on. And chasing is always going to be a lot harder.
Yeah, we've seen Mensur boss the double 16 on occasions as well. 9s, 14s, 16s, down that left-hand side of the board as you look at it. He does like it. Double 9 works a treat for Mensur. James Wade looking a little bit frustrated. And this is nice from Suljovic. Can he fill it up? Yes! 5 180s and what a time to do it! Well ahead in the leg now. But look at Wade bouncing back here. Plenty of room in the middle.
140.
This is a great game of darts, and especially from Suljovic. He has, I mean, when you take last year and this year, he has played so many great games and not got a result out of them. Surely he's not going to give this one up from here. Well, total command, 5-3 up.
100.
And it looks like he's on the verge of breaking the Wade throw again.
What he's doing, Rod, really is, with every visit, he's confident of hitting at least 1 treble 20, isn't he? And that really is the backbone of his success so far. The way, you know, you see him step forward now, and you'd fancy him to hit treble 20 with the first dart. Seventeens would leave the ball. He's hit the treble 17, needs the ball for 6-3. Big moment.
72. James 104.
Well, it was a long way off, but he'll probably feel confident and he will come back to the board. So, to guarantee himself 1 point here in Nottingham, Mensur Suljovic. Is he going to go 17 for the 16s? I would imagine so. He's been leaving the double 16 quite a bit today. And the 17s is a nice easy number down the bottom of the board. You don't have to throw the dart too hard to find that. You don't have to throw it too hard to find the double 8. Oh, and it's pinned it. That guarantees him 1 point. He's 6-3 up, and now he's got to push on to win this match.
And what a win it would be for Mensur Suljovic. He's got the throw here as well. Wade, well, his body language says it all. Not a happy man, frustrated. But let's give Suljovic credit here. Take nothing away from this fella. 102.3 average. And there we go again. With every visit, you're confident of him hitting a treble 20. That has been the backbone of his game tonight. 5 180s, Suljovic.
100.
It isn't so much that James Wade has played bad, it's that Mensur Suljovic has played solid. I think he had one indifferent leg, which was leg 4, but since then he's not done anything wrong. No mistakes.
358 Suljovic has left. So
60.
Only 60 for Wade. Has the moment gone now for James Wade? Is it going to be only his second defeat in the Premier League in 6 matches? Very annoyed, James Wade. Suljovic now looking for a big score. Can he hit one of the treble 20s that have worked so well for him? They go above them.
60.
Well, the finish line is within sight, but he's still got to get there, Suljovic. If Wade can break him here and then hold,
100.
It'll be a nervous 12th leg. Can still happen.
Yeah, certainly James Wade is not out of it by a long shot. Mensur, the way he's playing, on treble with every visit. Can't get him down to a shot
100.
first. A ton's not going to be enough. It's got to be a 140 for Wadey, and that's not going to happen.
41.
Well, that certainly has opened the door up now for Suljovic to hold his throw and to post a 7-3 win out of the league leader. Oh, that's a perfect dart. Lay it on the flights and he will fill it up. And fill it up he does!
180.
Crowd have only just realised. Wow. Suljovic is going to step forward for double 9 for the match, and only his second win of the campaign, and put more pressure on Barney at the foot of the table, who plays Rob Cross in our next match. Double 9, Suljovic for the match. What a performance! Mensur Suljovic, 101.3 average. Superb finishing, great scoring power, and he has beaten the league leader James Wade here in Nottingham by 7 legs to 3. Pressure mounting on Barney at the foot of the table. He plays Rob Cross next, but for now it's congratulations, Mensur Suljovic.
Big night in Nottingham. Michael Smith, a 7-2 victory over Nathan Aspinall. 101.383 average from Suljovic against James Wade, 7-3 win. Up next, Rob Cross against Barney. Can Barney get his first win? Match tonight, Gerwyn Price against mighty Michael van Gerwen. And rounding off the night, Peter Snake by Wright against Daryl Gurney. James Wade was top of the table. Looked like he was going to put on another fine performance, but Suljovic kept his cool. 47% on doubles, 6 180s, and a 7-3 victory for the Gentle. Suljovic, 6 points, stays in 6th position. James Wade slips to 2nd place. Rob Cross, the new leader. Let's hear from Suljovic now, talking to Rod Studd.
Mensur, really well done and well played, an average of 101 and 6 180s. How do you feel about your performance?
I think my performance is brilliant. Play good. James is today brilliant. I hope I play, no James.
He didn't seem very happy up there for some reason. Did you get a sense of why that was?
I don't know. This is different. It's on the stage. It's different. I like this game. James, maybe not. It's a game.
Yeah, fair enough. Look, every week in the Premier League so far this season, your average has been higher than your opponent. So really, you probably should have more wins, shouldn't you? Do you think you've been a bit unlucky with your results because you're playing at a very high level?
Now, everybody tell me I'm lucky player. It's not lucky. You play brilliantly, you win. I see this. James is #1. I play #1. I give my best, big him. I'm happy.
You're moving up the table now as well. So are you looking now to get into the top 4?
I'm in top form, really. I like this Premier League. I like every tournament. I'm in top form. 100% I'm top form.
Berlin next, Mensur. You'll love it there, don't you?
Thank you. I practice every day. I come back. I'm 100% here.
Lovely. Well done, Mensur. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
He's a lovable character. It was a good performance. Have a look at the stats. What do you make of this? High quality game.
Yeah, well, when you look at the 140s, the 180s, okay for Mensur, 3 more. But it's the conversion rate of the doubles. That's the difference. And I think he was slightly more consistent as well, but 47% to James's 27, that's a difference right there. But I actually think that leg on leg, he was slightly more consistent than James anyway, because the first 3 or 4 legs, James didn't play that well. He got better, but unfortunately for once in his Premier League, Mensur's timing was decent, which he's been unfortunate. And like Rod Studd said there, his average, his opponents, we know averages mean nothing, but it goes to show that he's given himself chances. He's sometimes outplaying opponents without winning. Tonight he outplayed James and won, so tonight was a good night for him.
James Wade was getting frustrated about the way Suljovic was walking. Just have a look at this.
Yeah, it wasn't going his way. And Mensur Suljovic was being deliberate, but he can do that. He can do that, but there's no, in my opinion, he's doing very, very little wrong. But if you're not on top of your game and your opponent is kind of in everything, or you think they're in everything, you look for things. I just think James was, after last week, looking to play better than he did tonight. But I would say Mensur was slightly deliberate, yeah, but was there anything wrong with it? It happens. I wouldn't look too much into that.
Wade off the top. It's getting exciting, this Premier League, isn't it?
We thought after the first 2 or 3 weeks it was going to be Van Gerwen running riot and the others just being there. Well, it's working out different, but it's still early days. It's still early days. I still expect to see Michael at the top come week 11, week 12, but it's great that we don't know. 1 week, James Wade averaged 109 and wins 7-0. The next week, averaging 97 and gets beat. To have that uncertainty week in, week out makes for great sport.
All the results tonight are going against Barney.
Yeah,
He's in trouble.
He was in trouble before he stepped foot in Nottingham. Now he's in more. He's got to win. If he loses tonight, he may need to win each and every remaining fixture that he's got. When you've not won a match, that doesn't seem likely. I think he needs something out of this game, and
I don't see it happening. I've got to say, Rob Cross's playing a lot better than him.
Battle of World Champions hits Nottingham next. Rob Cross takes on Barney.
From office, 10 a.m. Meeting has moved. Sending new route.
They call it. Big.
At Jet2.com, we're proud to be awarded the best UK airline on TripAdvisor. And what we love most is taking you to your sun, city and ski favourites. You can now fly to 62 great destinations from 9 UK airports, including Menorca, Rome and Geneva, all from only £49. Book now with the winner of which travel brand of the year. Jet2.com. Friendly low fares.
It was very unusual.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet our players in the Unibet Premier League that's coming to you from the magnificent city of Nottingham. now, ladies and gentlemen, the former Premier League champion and 5-time champion at the world, Raymond and Barneveld.
In Nottingham dancing along to the tunes here. Cross against Barney. Barney, Wayne Marvin, danger of getting could have drifted the bottom of the Premier League.
Yeah, he really is, especially if Daryl Gurney goes on and wins later. It really is getting to the point where draws are just no good. He needs to pick up 2 points. But unfortunately, with the Premier League being the way it is, there's no game right now that we can look at and say that, well, Barney should win that one. He's just not playing that well at the moment.
Cross has a really good record against Barney.
Yeah, he's played 4 times and won 4 times, but they haven't played for a while. But in that time that they haven't played, Barney has probably regressed, and Cross has not got any worse. It's not looking good for Barney at all, but you kind of think that, I do, I would hate to see him go out of this Premier League having not won a match. I think it would just be horrible for him. He needs to get in there, fight, see what happens, but just keep that head up and just keep fluent and keep some pace in his throw, then he's got a chance.
Rotterdam could be the end for him though.
It could be, yeah, and it's quite likely it will be, but he just needs a confidence boost. He needs it now. Unfortunately, he's playing a man that has been very, very good effectively every week, barring 1 week, so I'm not expecting too much from Barney to get anything from Cross.
Have a listen to the noise in Nottingham. Great atmosphere. Rod Harrington, Rod Studio commentary scene.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg, Rob to throw first.
Comm's talking.
Game on.
Where we'll have home field advantage, if you will. One will be in Berlin, where he'll have to take on home favourite Max Hopp. One is tonight here in Nottingham, where he takes on the second best player in the world according to the rankings. And he needs something from somewhere. Cross, on the other hand, is looking to go top of the table here, with Wade slipping up against Suljovic. Rodney, even a draw here will put Voltage on top of the pile, and he'll be looking for more than a draw, will he not?
Absolutely, and I think he's going to have the win as he hits his first 180. He's been playing very well just lately, Rob Cross. I mean, he's played 5 matches, 4 of those he's had ton-plus averages, and the other one was when he didn't do it against Michael van Gerwen. And if you're going to lose to someone, Rodders, lose to the best, because it just gives you the points out of the rest of them. But Barney, I just want to see a bit of fight, that grit and determination we just haven't seen it in his game for a little while.
96. He did nick a draw on 2 occasions, one against Gerwyn Price, coming from way downtown against Price, and also in his other draw against Suljovic. But really, despite losing that first match 7-4 to James Wade, that was as close as he came to winning, because he was a break up in that game against Wade and crafted further opportunities, but missed starts at double 6 here for Rob Cross for an opening salvo. An impressive opening salvo. It's a dozen darter for voltage.
Yeah, the only thing you can say was good for Barney, that it was actually on Rob Cross's throw.
43.
The signs already for Barney are not good. And Rob Cross is carrying on the form of previous weeks, and over 106 average last week.
59.
Well, it's always a sight that leaves you shaking your head a little bit, upset a little bit, when a great champion in any sport ends up fading away a little bit, and we don't want to see that from Barneveld. Phil Taylor, of course, had the opposite final year with that epic victory at the match play, and so nearly winning the World Championship, losing to a breathtaking performance from Cross. But as Wayne and Dave Clark were discussing, it could be that Rotterdam is his swan song if he doesn't qualify for other events around the tour in terms of the match play and the World Championship at the back end, Rob.
Well, I can't see anything but that, because there's nothing in his game that I'm seeing that's going to get him out of the doldrums. I really don't. I mean, if he's not careful, he could get a serious whopping this evening from Rob Cross as he hits his second 180. And of course, week on week, when you keep getting beaten up, it really does hurt you. And you know, when you're in the twilight of your career, which is what Barney is, it will hurt you even more, because you're thinking, why did I even bother playing this year?
But it's Voltage here who is cast in the role of Ming the Merciless.
34.
He just has to go on ruthlessly dismantling his opponents. That's the way it is. It's professional sport. Well, a 12 darter to kick off, Rod, and a possibility of a 13 darter against the throw here for the former world champion.
Yes, and he does like this side of the board, doesn't he? Well, that's right, you're right, 12 and 13. 120.24 average. I know we're only into only completed 2 legs, but there we have it. But it isn't so much the 120, it's the 79. He's making it very easy for Rob Cross to just hurt him every single time. You know, if you're going to play against someone, you start whacking in big scores with him, you know, you're just putting the element of doubt in his mind. But Barney's not doing anything to upset Rob Cross.
Last year, Cross beat Barney in Berlin 7-3. They drew in Manchester in the second phase of the competition. And the way things are progressing, there won't be a second meeting in the Premier League in 2019. Barney starting this match 2 points adrift at the bottom of the table. That's adrift of Daryl Gurney, who plays later, and Barney finds the minus touch.
Oh, that's a little bit better, isn't it? If he can win this leg against the throw, it may just get him into gear. He needs to find that spark that's going to do it. So he's going to get 6 darts from here. Now, the last thing he needs is a visit without a treble. He's done exactly that, and you can see in his face what that meant to him. Now, a big shot here from Rob Cross, a 140. Now Barney, to put his first leg on the board, it will be against the throw. 18s, wants the bullseye.
99.
Could have been a big bullseye. in the context of this contest, because Cross here, we've already seen 129, takes out the 113, it will be like the air coming out of the Barney balloon. But that inflates it again, because Barney now with a 2-dot combination to break the throw, get the match back on throw from somewhere.
Well, double 8. Double 8 it is. And it gets him back on throw. He's 2-1 down. And he steps up on the hockey to throw first in this leg.
It was an ordinary leg from Cross, wasn't it? But Barney took full advantage.
Well, that's what you've got to do. I mean, Cross really flew out of the gate going 2-0 up. And but the third leg just weren't there.
Cross was cruising for the first 2 legs, and it seemed so easy. Now the match off the back of the breaker throw, just tilting back towards Barney. He's still a leg adrift, but if he can hold here, all square after 4 legs will be very good business for Van Barneveld after his opening couple of legs.
Well, he's a confidence player, isn't he? If he starts to hit them, then you can see it in his expression that he's starting to enjoy it. The throw's a little bit better, the extension on the arm gets the dart to the ball a little bit quicker, a little bit harder, which makes the dart stay straight. 6 darts from here for Mr. Barneveld.
He doesn't need to go for the ball. He did anyway. Now he's going to have to clean up that 25 that he's had on offer before in this match. He'll get 2 at double 8.
140. Then you require 25.
Yes, 2 at double 8 then. Lovely finish from Barney. 13-dart leg. He levels the match rod at 2-2.
Well, and he's acknowledging the crowd for that as well. It doesn't matter where you go, Barney is loved anywhere in the world.
134.
And now, perhaps he can see a win in the game.
60.
I mean, last year in Rotterdam when he stepped up, the night he beat Michael van Gerwen, I mean, that was incredible darts. That was the best. That's what we want to see out of the last year from Barney.
Still to come, the main event of the evening, where Gerwyn Price takes on Michael van Gerwen. He's been talking it up, Gerwyn Price. Yet to beat van Gerwen in a biggie. And the great Dutchman has not been entirely waterproof in the last few weeks in any tournament.
No, you're exactly right.
36.
It's terrible to say there's been a couple of flaws in his game, but you know, that leg-on-leg consistency that he had, he's actually lost a little bit of that. So double 18 for Rob Cross to secure leg 5. Doesn't want to split it and go over the 9s. Don't like this switch. Don't like this switch. Mensur Suljovic loves it.
Well, what a turnaround in this match. Rob Cross left his favourite double 18, bodged that, came inside double 9, and Barney now with a 2-dart combo to take the lead, would you believe? Double 10. Oh, that was the chance. It really was the chance to turn a match completely on its head.
You're exactly right, and you cannot, it's easy for us to sit in here and say, but you cannot give those chances up. because against people like Rob Cross, you're not going to go back to the board again. Is that the leg? That's going to be very costly for Raymond. Is that going to just upset that concentration? Because he is very fragile when that sort of things happen.
I mentioned that first game, the very first night in Newcastle against James Wade. On several occasions he missed a couple of darts at double. We know that any player can miss a dart at double at the end of a combination or a bull out shot, for example, but when you craft an opportunity to give yourself 2 or 3 darts at a double at a leg, Rod, they're the ones that really wound you, aren't they?
Yes, they are, and you know, you work so hard on your scoring to give yourself those chances, and you think, how can I hit the treble and I can't hit the double? Well, it's the pressure of, you know, closing a match out, a leg out. But the thing is, with when, you know, someone like Barney, who's running his career down now, it's that leg-on-leg concentration they lack. They can still throw great darts, of course they can, but it's can they do it over a long distance, which this is. That's where Barney's losing it a little bit.
He could have been 3-2 up. Remember, Cross, of course, had missed 2 darts and a double himself in that leg, but Barney still had the opportunity, didn't take it, could have been 3-2 up. Now 3-2 down, and likely to go 4-2 down here, because whatever he throws from this 140, and it'll be no more than 100, Cross will have a 2 dart combination to go 4-2 up.
What a leg this is for Rob Cross. Double 12, you know, he's always going to step back, take a nice big deep breath. Oh, now it's over the 6. He took us out in the very first leg, and he's taken it out in leg 6. That is a crucial breaker throw for Rob Cross. And that gives him total command. And you can see it in his face what that means. That's total command, folks. That's that little bit of arrogance which you can't beat in a top sportsman.
Got the break initially in the second leg. That was cancelled out by Barney, but now Cross has got the break of throw in front again. Can Barney cancel this one out? I wonder.
Do you know, he's started to enjoy himself as well, Barney's acknowledging the crowd. 5 180s in the net so far, 3 to Rob Cross.
Well, something of a smile wiper from Rob Cross with his 3rd maximum off the back of Barney's 2nd to take his average. That's Cross to a 111 and change.
That's exceptional, isn't it? 111 average, 112 there. What a leg of darts when you've just broken your opponent. You know, you hear me say it so many times, stay strong on your own throw. Well, it doesn't get much stronger than this, does it? After 9 darts, he wants double 8.
Not bad. Reasonable effort. Double 8. So take his average down a little bit, just by definition, whenever it happens. But he is threatening, even off the back of those 3 misses, to set the highest average of the Premier League this year. Wade had 109.5 against Gurney in that whitewash last week, sorry.
60. Rob, you require 8.
Now then, double 4. There he goes. Well, it was a 14 darter in the end. It could have been 10, couldn't it? But 14 will do just as well, and he leads 5-2. And Barney had a couple of darts at double to go 3-2 up. Couldn't convert. And Cross now coasting again.
And the ironic thing about that, Rod, he was cursing himself for a 14 dart leg. Everybody be happy with 14 dart legs across the board. Of course, his 10th dart wasn't double 8. That's why. And he's pushing on. I mean, this is a strong performance. We've just seen a great performance from Mensur Suljovic beating James Wade. And now Rob Cross is starting to turn the screw on Raymond van Barneveld.
terms of the average here, which is 96 for Barney, it's as good as he's played in the Premier League so far. His averages have been in the low to mid 90s in the main. Can't go out now.
99.
Can leave 62.
Well, he took this out to beat Phil Taylor, didn't he, when he won his World Championship? 2 treble 18s are normally the route. There's one. Well, I say it so many times, that last dart of Barney's, I would have liked to see go in the 25 to guarantee him 2 darts. Admittedly, if he hits the treble 10, oh, he's hit the treble 15, that's 17. 1 for double 8. Yep, 45 Barney. Up the top of the board.
Double 8 then.
54.
Which would have kept the flame flickering, but now Cross, Barney will fear, is going to go 4 legs in front and 1 away from victory. Double alongside the single. Oh, and he squeezes it into the bottom of the bed.
Right leg rub to throw first.
Now throws
Game on.
for the match. From 2-2 to 6-2 off the back of a 4-leg winning streak for the former world champion. If he can make it 5, he'll record, what would he be now? 4th win of the Premier League this year and put him 2 points clear at the top of the pile.
And we have to go back to leg 5 to say that was the time when Barney lost that momentum. He, you know, he's 2 legs down, got it back to 2-all and had 2 darts at a double to take the lead. And since then, he's not really done it, as he consistent-wise. But Rob Cross, let's be fair to Rob Cross. I mean, this is an exceptional performance.
60.
Up over the 106 average. It's funny how we don't even class 106 average as exceptional now, do we?
96.
No, it has made it look very comfortable because remember he's missed 8 darts at a double in this match as well, Rob Cross. Shows the quality of his scoring.
134.
He has been relentless as Rob Cross in this performance. Since leg 5, has not made any mistakes.
36.
Barney has, so Rob Cross now to close this game out and to take a win. 7-2 out of Nottingham.
Barney not on a finish, so he might go treble 18 for the double. Well, that leaves double 6, and he's been red hot Rob on double 6 tonight. Well, he'll be back for another 3. He knows that, at least another 3. Whatever Barney throws here. Just a switch.
83. Rob, you require 12.
So to wrap up, a 7-2 success to go 2 points clear at the top of the Premier League. He now wants double 3. It's not that easy to win a darts match, even when you're 6-2 up.
9 score. Raymond, you require 88.
Well, that's incredible. To close the match out, close the darts at a double. Oh, and Barney. Double 18 now to stay in this match, and double 18 it is. It's a silly game, this game of darts. And Rob Cross is thinking, what has gone on here?
10th leg, Raymond to throw first.
Well, he's so confused, he doesn't know whose throw it is now. I thought it was shaking hands time, it's shaking head time. Well, he got in a right royal pickle there,
16.
didn't he, from double 6 down. And Barney pickpocketed the leg. Got it to 6-3. He has the darts here. Can he? Not again, surely.
87.
Do it again, can he? Like he did against Gerwyn Price and Mensur Suljovic.
Barney's just taken in the moment. He's talking to someone up there. I don't know if he's going to help Barney. You're the one who's throwing those darts.
Well, he's become like some kind of darting cat burglar, a thief of points in the night, creeping around, pickpocketing points off other players. It's a long way back even from here, isn't it? It's slightly less far back than it was from 6-2, but it's still a long way back.
Well, you know, Rob Cross is just starting to get a little bit edgy. I mean, he's played absolutely brilliant, still over the 103 average, but, you know, he's just started to pull a couple of darts. Darts 2 and 3 in that previous throw, which is pulled low. It just needs to extend the hand a little bit, get the dart up. That's a better one.
138.
Well, first to a finish, but it's a long rain finish. That's a treble 20. Well, if he stays there for 140, I'm not sure how much he can hit here, but that's what he wants to do, to leave his favourite double. But I'm not sure what the target Rob Cross can hit. He had to switch away.
He had to, because if it had hit the flight, it could have bounced out the board. He had to play the percentages there, which he did. So he's going to get at least one dart at a double.
59.
Should be double top, or he may get 2 darts at double 12. Treble 18 will give him those 2 darts. It certainly does now. 2 darts. Can he finally wrap this match up?
54.
He's had 6 match darts here, Rob Cross.
82.
And Barney. Oh, that's loose from Barney. He's got to find a treble now, treble 13. Even the outer ball would have really guaranteed him a dart at tops off 82, and that might be the last dart he throws in Nottingham. It certainly ought to be. Odds on this time. And it gets the deflection in, and having missed 8 for the match, Rob Cross finds double 12, finds the target, gets the win that puts him top of the Premier League, at least temporarily, as he wins for the 4th time. But Barney loses for the 4th time and will now leave Nottingham at least 2 points adrift at the bottom of the Premier League pile.
Being so bad
This is what we've seen so far here in Nottingham. Michael Smith, a 7-2 victory over Nathan Aspinall. Mensur Suljovic, 7-3 over James Wade, 101.38 average. Rob Cross doing a job on Barney, 7-3, 101 average. Up next, main event of the evening, Gerwyn Price against mighty Michael van Gerwen. Rounding off the night, Peter Snake by Wright against Daryl Gurney. Barney got a hero's welcome, but Rob Cross dominated that one. 1-2-9 finish. Barney had his moments, could have gone 3-2 up, but Rob Cross kept his cool. 101.213 to average. And Rob Cross, top of the lead. Raymond van Barneveld, 2 points adrift at the bottom. Rob Cross talking to Nigel Pearson.
Rob, many congratulations. You've gone top of the Premier League with that result. How do you feel?
I feel great. I thought my performance could have been a little bit better, really. I missed a few things. I started to miss match starts, and then you're chasing it. And no, I've really enjoyed it, though, and I've enjoyed the whole Premier League, my whole year to the start of the year. What I've made, I'm enjoying it. So that's the main thing.
It was a good game to watch as well, and Barney threatened briefly there, didn't he? He gave you 1 or 2 concerns.
Barney, he might be in his retirement year, but he's still got it. And if Barney starts believing that, then everyone can have a problem every week, and it's down to him to do that. And he's fantastic for what he's done for the sport. It's been a pleasure to be around. He's always been nice to me, always helped me, and I'm really grateful.
6 weeks in now, how do you assess the Premier League for Rob Cross? So far, so good?
I feel better. I feel more comfortable than what I did last year, and I still believe that I'm making inroads on my improvement now. We sort of got hilted last year with a big year. I didn't know where I was, but I'm enjoying it, and that's the main thing. Family life's really good. I went on holiday at the weekend and sort of, enjoyed it again, and that's the main thing, really. All my sponsors, they're all behind me, and everything's great.
Brilliant, well played. Congratulations, Rob. Top of the table.
Thank you very much.
Top man, that was a really decent performance from Rob Cross.
It was a great performance, and that 101 average was as low as it got, and that's now five out of the 6 matches played over a ton. And when you look at the stats there, the tons, 140s and 180s, they're so similar. But when you look at the amount of darts at a double, it's way in Cross's favour. That means in between all those big uns, he was hitting the better scores. Barney in between the tons, 140s and 180s, wasn't hitting enough. Andy was missing darts at a double, but the 5th and 6th leg, that was where it went for Barney. He had a dart to go 3-2 up, didn't, or 2 darts. Then the very next leg, Rob goes out in 12 with 3 140s and 81. The game hinged on those moments, and that was it, and Barney couldn't fight back.
Barney, 2 points adrift to the foot of the table. It's not looking good for him.
No, it's not looking good at all, and he's just not played well enough. He knows that. We're not telling him anything that he doesn't know. In general, his play has been far weaker and just not as good as we'd expect or he'd expect. He's got 3 games left. If he can win all 3, yes, he'll be all right, but where is that win coming from? Any win is going to be hard for him. Shame.
Main event of the evening coming next. Gerwyn Price taking on mighty Michael van Gerwen. How's it going to go?
The 2 most informed players, really, that the world's got to offer right now, on wins and performances. This is an acid test for Gerwyn Price. No offence to anyone else on the planet. Going out and winning against everyone else and being unbeaten, that's fine. That's absolute fine. You've got to do it against the main man. MVG is the main man. If he can deal with Michael tonight, you kind of take your hat off and say, well done, sir. I don't think he gets anything out of tonight. Van Gerwen is a little wounded.
He hasn't won for ages.
He's gone. I just think that Michael will average a ton plus and do his job. That's what I think. I've got everything else wrong tonight, so maybe that won't happen. But Gerwyn Price, if he can come up here and relax and just play the way that he knows he can, then who knows? Maybe Michael van Gerwen and the runaway machine we thought that was going to happen, won't come to pass, because he's not at the top yet, and if he loses tonight, he's even further away from the top. He may not even win the league phase. Ridiculous. Something he's never done. It's amazing.
He's the world #1. He's the reigning world champion. He's Michael van Gerwen. Here's Nottingham next.
There's a moment in your bones when the fire takes over. Blood is running, heart is pumping as the battle gets closer. They can say what they want now, 'cause we'll be screaming out, we can be heroes everywhere we go. We can have all that we ever want. Swinging like Ali, knocking out bodies, standing on top like a champion. Keep your silver, give me that gold. You'll remember when I say we can be heroes everywhere we go. Keeping us down is impossible, 'cause we're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable.
The price is right! Gerwyn Price now flexing his muscles literally and metaphorically.
Darting entertainment at its finest.
Gerwyn Price, the first Welsh winner of a PDC major.
When you're not walking and talking as a man.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the incredible city of Nottingham and the Unibet Premier League. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet welcome the winner of the Grand Slam and 6 PDC ranking events, the Iceman, Gerwyn, Wright.
Chump like a candle, dance. Rush speaking that moves, I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom, deadly. When I lay a no melody, anything less than the best is a felony. Love it or leave it, you better gain weight. You better hit bulls out and kid don't play. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the book while I DJ revolve.
And now it's time to meet the world #1, the reigning and defending 4-time Premier League champion and a 3-time champion of the world, Mighty Michael.
Main event of the evening, and Rod Harrington, we're expecting fireworks here.
We certainly are. I mean, Michael van Gerwen has not played at the top of his game over the last few weeks. He's lost that little bit of fear factor where this man, he fears no one at the moment. He's confident, it's self-belief in his... He knows the odd leg he doesn't score as well. He's always got that big check out in the locker. It'll be interesting. I mean, if Gerwyn Price has got to win it, he's got to get out the gate quick. But this man, Michael van Gerwen, he's got to start getting that authority back. He's got to stamp some authority, and he's got to do it right here.
Hasn't won the last 2 weeks. James Wade beat him. Henderson drew with him.
Yeah, I mean, and in the Hendo game, you know, I think he was 5 or 6-3 up, and it just went off the boil a bit. He can't do that with Gerwyn Price. He's an intelligent dart player, as Michael van Gerwen. He knows how good this man can be, so he's got to be focused from the very first dart.
Not the ideal start from him. Ready to rumble in commentary, Wayne Marlon and Nigel Pearson.
Thank you, Dave. Yes, and when you look at the tournament stats in the build-up to this one,
27.
Gerwyn Price has a slightly better finishing stat, and he's hit more 180s than Michael in the tournament overall as well. But when we see Rockcross at 9 points, the opportunity for one of these players to join him on that tally and ahead of this game as well.
97.
These two players only separated in the league table on tournament average. Van Gerwen marginally ahead, 101 plays 97 in the tournament. That is all that separated them going into this game.
You've made it sound, Nige, that when they play each other, it's normally a close contest. The head-to-head records. There we see. Yeah, the head-to-head record reads Michael van Gerwen 13 wins,
131.
Gerwyn Price 0 wins. 13-0! Look, it's a new day, so any outcome is possible. But Michael van Gerwen knows how to beat this man.
Of course.
And Gerwyn knows that if he continues to play the way he is now, it's unlikely he'll get his first win in 14. It's his nemesis.
49.
Absolutely.
Requires 72.
Sixth game of the Premier League for each of these. 16 leaves tops now for Gerwyn Price. There you go. No problem. One leg on the board. Gerwyn Price is off and running. He holds his throw.
55.
Wow. Completely out of sorts. The darts are going in at a slightly different angles to usual
80.
for Michael van Gerwen. Seems to be sitting a bit flatter in the board. Tells you that the
60.
The grip, maybe just the timing slightly off. It's averaging 63.
Yes, and I may be proved absolutely wrong here, but it just seems slightly slower than his normal confident, fluent self.
Yeah, well,
Michael.
I just don't think he's comfortable. He's not comfortable at all. The rhythm, and obviously we can tell where they're going that all is not right. It's twice he's done that. He's tight, he's tense.
Well, maybe it is playing on his mind, recent results. But you mentioned the head-to-head, of course, but over 5 weeks of the Premier League, not a lot between them.
139.
He started off with 3 wins, didn't he? Then lost to James, and that match with Hendo last week, John Henderson, in Aberdeen, that was just sensational.
140.
But Michael, for that match, he played superb, more or less all the way through. So there's nothing really wrong with the form. It's just he can't seem to get the wins.
Yeah, what a match it was. I've been watching that back a few times this week, actually.
Glorious, wasn't it?
To just sort of let it sink in what happened in Aberdeen. Wonderful, wonderful times.
Well, that actually looks a lot worse than it was, that second dart, because it's caught the flight and skewed off. It was going to be in the 5 or treble anyway. Kenny at 60.
90.
Well, that's quite incredible. Michael van Gerwen wanted 130, could have possibly found a way through, but neglected the 60 to leave the bullseye, and it was the right thing to do.
Gerwen missed the treble 13, so tops for van Gerwen. Now double 10, it's just not happening, it has now. Slight deflection, just a slight deflection to hit the target, finally, for Michael van Gerwen. But this, I don't think anybody expected this at the start of the match, maybe a true sign of how tense both players are here.
Yeah, Gerwyn Price averaging 78, Michael van Gerwen averaging 71. Where Gerwyn is going to be annoyed already is the fact that Michael van Gerwen, when I say seldom plays like this, I'm going to say never plays like this, and it's one apiece. That's where Gerwyn will be annoyed. You should be 2-0 up if your opponent's playing to this standard.
84.
Yeah, it's a surprise what we're seeing here early on. Just waiting for one of these to click into gear. Good time for a 180. Perfect timing, van Gerwen. Leaves 125 against the throw. Averaging now up to 80.5. Is this the moment where van Gerwen really steps it up?
He's still not comfortable even after that 180. Still not comfortable. He's flexing the arm. Bullseye!
75.
Oh, wow.
Deflection.
Yeah. I mentioned earlier, Nigel, about the darts going in slightly flatter. You could see how flat that bullseye was. It might have come off the wire. I'm not 100% certain about that.
Now double 16. Van Gerwen for a 2-1 lead.
On the third leg, Michael van Gerwen.
No celebration. He knows he's scraping by here. He's got the throw. Not a classic by any means in terms of the fantastic Michael van Gerwen.
60.
And there's a prime example. Goes 2-1 up and can't find a trouble with his first visit.
Well, you see Gerwyn, as Michael was throwing, shaking his head. He's 2-1 down against the man averaging 77. Not in his wildest dreams did he think that was going to be the case after 3 legs. He has never beaten Michael van Gerwen. Is he thinking of that? Is he?
92.
Because you can get to the point of, I've never beat you. Even when you play bad, you beat me. Is that happening now?
87.
Even if he doesn't look at social media and study the form book, he must be thinking today, can I remember a time when I've ever beaten Michael?
Yeah, he knows.
It must be playing on his mind, surely.
Well, Michael is having a stinker. But he's 2-1 up. Again, he's flexing that arm, he's stretching it out. It's like he's, I don't know, he might have just a tight muscle, something. But he just keeps flexing it.
100.
Like you said, Nige. Pressure, tension.
After recent results, that's really all you can put it down to, perhaps. Rob Cross on 9 points after his victory tonight, 1 defeat in 6. And plus 12 legs difference now as well for Rob Cross. Again, no treble for him, VG.
60.
Another. Oh, this would liven it up. Tops.
140.
Well, they're not going to carry on playing this poorly, are they? Something will happen.
He's hit the treble 18, leaves tops.
74.
Well above it as well. Well above it. That would have been fine if he had another dart in hand. But double 10 for Gerwyn Price now. Can he use that as a guide? Another guide. Just bouncing in off the barrel. No. Oh dear. A real test of character, and now Van Gerwen surely is going to pounce the tops. Middle of the bed, no problem. And all of a sudden, Michael van Gerwen has daylight with a 3-1 lead over Gerwyn Price now.
Well, Michael van Gerwen's reaction.
80.
Well, this is just one of those games. You rarely see it when 2 proven winners. Even the dance are giving up. Even they can't believe what's going on. Even they don't want to stick in the wrong bed.
And we can't believe the averages. That's why we're showing them. There you go. First of the match for Price. 17 in the Premier League now. And this is better from Michael. Down the board, another green bit.
74.
Is this the moment in the game where they click into gear?
Yeah, I find it difficult to believe that they would
57.
carry on at high 70, low 80 averages for the duration of this match.
Oh, hello.
140.
He's throwing quicker now as well, Wayne.
Yeah, he's cranked his average up now to 83, Michael van Gerwen.
You sound sarcastic when you say that.
It kind of was. It's an unbelievable thing to be sarcastic about. It's unbelievable what's happening.
84 now.
99.
Well, Gerwyn will be thinking, this has got to go in. Otherwise I'll go 4-1 down against Michael van Gerwen averaging 83. Oh, look at that, a bit of class, look. You only get what you pay for.
140.
Shake of the head from Gerwyn Price.
85.
Good recovery with the last start now. 3-2, Van Gerwen leads. Just a 1 break of throw between them, really. Van Gerwen looking to move on to 9 points, but so is Price. On a knife edge here. Better.
Wow, did you
We
hear
all heard the roar from here, and we're halfway back in the arena.
Sheesh.
That was like he just scored a try after running the length of the pitch.
Wow.
Yeah,
they're getting there, aren't they?
137.
This is a lot better. Well, he was looking for 57 tops.
97. Go, you require
Big visit now.
108.
Looking at the 57 or the 51. Now 17. That crept in. Tops.
Oh. 68.
I'm sure that 17 put him off.
40.
Oh, how close was that? Van Gerwen for 4-2. Redbit, no problem. And he roars every bit as loud as Gerwyn Price. Look at this reaction. I think there's a bit of passion up there, Wayne.
Yeah.
131.
I think they both see this as an opportunity to beat the other, knowing that I'm still not convinced about either yet. I've got to say, I've no idea if this is going to continue the good play or they're just going to go off the boil again. It's really hard to evaluate this.
Good use of the treble 19.
96.
Only the one treble though for MVG. Now, can Price cash in here? Fill it up. There you go. And he filled it up where there was the least amount of room. And Price up at 92, leaving 56 for a hold to stay in the match at 4-3. Tops he needs.
If he is going to miss this, you want to go on the outside, Gerwyn.
36.
So it's a professional miss. But 1-3-2, Michael Van Gerwen took this out to beat Phil Taylor in the final.
Can you believe it? Can you believe it, Michael Van Gerwen? Boom! What a moment from MVG. What a reaction. Passion, commitment, desire. They know it's not gone well so far, but there was a huge moment from Michael Van Gerwen.
Yeah, Gerwyn Price shaking his head there just before Michael threw his first darts in this leg. This is now a good match. Oh dear.
91.
Well, let's hope we get 5 more legs and it goes the distance then. That'd be nice.
How Michael Van Gerwen has just turned the match around. Okay, Price was as poor as Van Gerwen.
Look at these leg-by-leg averages.
Well, that's just, it's quite incredible how both the players were playing so poorly. And then let me tell you, it livened up after that.
Michael's up at 96 now on the 3-dart average.
65. Michael, you won 90.
Now, to ensure he will not be beaten by Price.
50. Gerwyn, you require
Well, he went the
156.
18 route, that's fine. That leaves Tops, should he come back.
He'll be back. He'll be back for a point.
51. Michael, you require 40.
For a guaranteed point and a 6-2 lead.
He's on the 8th lane.
Gerwyn Price has not been beaten in this year's Premier League. He is in trouble now.
Well, Michael Van Gerwen has just started to run away with it, hasn't he, here?
59.
And I'll tell you what, when you look at the leg averages as well, look at this difference in the latter part of this match.
Incredible. What a turnaround from both.
190.
Both, absolutely.
Yeah. Amazing.
They've gone from 70 averages to 90 and 95.
They've gone from rubbish to ridiculous.
85.
Do you know what, as well, Wayne, I would say that huge roar from Gerwyn, which I think everybody in this arena in Nottingham heard, and probably heard him down the road in Long Eaton, that seemed to spur Michael on, because his celebrations become more
100.
exaggerated at the same time.
Yeah, look, you kind of play to the opponent's level sometimes, and that's what they were doing, and that's what they've continued to do. The first 4 legs, neither could find anything because you're bringing each other down, and now they're playing as Eric Bristow used to say, proper darts.
111.
Gerwyn won't go away, although Michael, well, he could have seen it through there, but Price knows it has to go to save the match. 18 Tops. There's the single. Needs double to save the match. 1 dart.
57.
Oh dear.
Michael,
Oh dear.
24.
Over to you, Michael Van Gerwen.
for a 7-2 win. This should work its way in and does. Well, the first 5 legs were poor. They were poor by anyone's standard in the Premier League, but Michael van Gerwen, oh yeah, he loved that. Plays up to the camera as well. Michael van Gerwen beats Gerwyn Price by 7 legs to 2. That is now 14 wins on the trot for Michael van Gerwen over Price. That is some head-to-head stat. Gerwyn Price tastes defeat for the first time in the 2019 Premier League.
Good night so far here in Nottingham. Michael Smith, a 7-2 win over Nathan Aspinall. Suljovic doing a job on James Wade, 7-3. Rob Cross, 101 average and a 7-3 victory over Barney. Michael van Gerwen came alive in the end, a 7-2 win over Gerwyn Price. And still to come, Peter Wright against Daryl Gurney. Gerwyn Price was unbeaten in the Premier League until tonight. Van Gerwen came alive eventually. To a 1-3-2 check out. 96 average. A 7-2 winner. Van Gerwen, second position. Later on against the throw the difference, Rob Cross, 2 better. And Michael van Gerwen is talking to Rod Studd. Rod, just check out the stats here. 7-2 victory. What did you make of the performance, Rod?
Well, it started off very dull, didn't it? But then it got going, and the 1-3-2 was the 1-3-2 was the turning point. Yeah, the 1-3-2 was the turning point there, Dave. I mean, it was a great shot out. I mean, funny enough, Van Gerwen won the Premier League against Phil Taylor by taking that shot out. But it started off in the first 4 legs, it was very dull, under the 80 average. But once it got going, you know, it fired up and they started putting in some really good scores.
Gerwyn Price, first defeat of this year's campaign. Will it affect him?
I don't think so. I mean, if you're going to lose to Michael van Gerwen, because you expect Michael van Gerwen to win the league. As long as he goes on and beats the rest that are going to be around him, he's still going to make the O2. I mean, he's playing well enough. I mean, he's still, you know, once he got going, 4 180s, and he just missed a few doubles. And against Michael van Gerwen, he's going to punish you. But it's not going to hurt him at all.
A 96 average from van Gerwen is not very good by his standards.
No, it wasn't. But if you take his first 4 legs, he was under 80. So he's pushed it up. So probably the last few legs were well over 100. But Michael over the last 3 or 4 weeks has not been that electrifying player that he normally has been over the last 2 or 3 years. I mean, he's dominated the game for the last 2 or 3 years. But, you know, any professional is going to have a little dull periods in their career. It's how you bounce back from that. And Michael this evening, once he got going, proved why he's the best.
Final match of the evening, Peter Wright against Daryl Gurney. Gurney needs some points here.
Daryl Gurney's been in the doldrums. I mean, he's won 1 leg in these last 2 Premier League matches. And the 7-0 against James Wade last week. I mean, it really knocks your confidence, this self-belief. And the thing about Daryl Gurney's game, when he's a heavy scorer, he hits the doubles easy. But when he's not heavy scoring, it puts more pressure on those doubles, and that's where he lets himself down. So he's got to get the first dart up. It's been pitching too low, which then he's having to switch. It's okay switching when you're hitting the 19s, but you're not going to be able to call on that all the time. So Gurney has got to get his scoring going.
Gurney's got Michael van Gerwen and Barney the next 2 weeks, so he needs the points. He could get dragged into it himself.
Well, if he doesn't win this evening, then he is down in there with Barney. And then next week it becomes like a double header. But Peter Wright, if he wins tonight, then Peter Wright puts himself in contention for the O2.
Gurney against Wright, coming next, live from Nottingham.
for a big-time player. This is sheer quality. Simply sensational.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome back to the action. We're coming to you from the amazing city of Nottingham. Welcome along to the Unibet Premier League. That's brought to you by the Professional Dance Corporation and live on Sky Sports. Time to meet the players. Here he is, the former World Grand Prix champion and the winner of the Players' Championship Finals. It's Super G Daryl Gurney.
Touching hand, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Touching warm, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Good times never seem so good.
All the red nose from Bit Snake by Wright. Real party atmosphere in Nottingham. Crowd have been brilliant. What's going to happen here, Rod?
Well, if you look at the stats, Peter Wright last week possibly played his best game that we've seen for a good few months, over the 106 average. His darts, he was really happy with his darts, flights and stems. If he carries on with that, then Daryl Gurney has really got to get out of the gate quick, because if he doesn't, and he goes one or two legs down, then the demons are going to come back that have happened in the last 2 weeks, so it's essential for Gurney to get out of the gate.
You mentioned that amazing stat that Daryl Gurney's won just one leg in 2 weeks.
Well, that's incredible when you think how good Daryl Gurney is and what he's won. But that's what's happened in the Premier League. We see it happen to so many players. They get on a bit of a downer, and then all of a sudden they get up on the stage like he's there now, thinking, right, I'm going to go for this. Then all of a sudden, if the first leg don't go very well, then all of a sudden he starts to doubt himself again. We see it in so many players, and Daryl now has got to work hard to get out of this little bit of a dull period.
Could get dragged into it, couldn't he?
Oh, absolutely. If he loses tonight, he is well and truly in it with Barney, and the last thing you want to do is have the embarrassment of getting relegated.
When Marlon Rod stood, your commentators.
Thank you, Dave. Yes, Daryl Gurney has been on the wrong end of a couple of towellings in the last 2 weeks. In Exeter at the hands of Rob Cross, and then whitewashed in Aberdeen by James Wade. And Peter Wright knows all about that kind of sequence of results. Last year there was a period when he seemed to be losing 7-1 every week. Gurney really does need a result here.
Ladies and gentlemen, first leg Peter the
He's currently 2 points ahead of Raymond van Barneveld as we prepare to head across to Germany and then the Netherlands. Well, Gurney has got Van Gerwen next week and then Barney in Rotterdam, the first of the Rotterdam night. So it could get a little bit interesting, Wayne, couldn't it?
Yes. In Daryl's defence, yes, he's only won one of 15 legs played the last 2 weeks. He's had to deal with Rob Cross averaging 102 and James Wade averaging 109, so it's not surprising he got tonked. Peter Wright seems to be using a similar setup to last week with 26 gram darts. Might even be the same. Well, I never.
60.
With the spectacular Cerise flights. Unlikely to lose those darts.
Good.
Throwing them well too. As he pops in his second 140 in this opening leg.
96.
Yeah, Daryl Gurney so far has only hit 7 maximums in this campaign. Well, last year he topped those stats. It's just showing you that basically his first start he's not going where he wants it to, because all these players, they're groupers. The first start goes in, you expect them to just follow. Daryl cannot seem to get that first start right.
Do you require 40?
Tops. Snakebite takes the lead. We saw the Asp fail earlier. Will Snakey fare better than his serpentine companion?
Very good.
48.
Last year, as you said, Wayne, Daryl Gurney was the maximum man of the Premier League, wasn't he? And how many did he have? Let's have a quick look. 67 last season, so way off that kind of pace. This is week 6, so he's averaging under 1.5 a week.
Said it's the first start.
78.
Kind of proving my point there. To compete at the Premier League level that's more or less required, you need to be getting that first start in or around the 60 to playing off it. You need markers. Can he use it? There you go. The rhythm becomes better the minute that first treble goes in.
Wright has been very in and out in this Premier League campaign. In the UK Open, he played brilliantly against Mensur Suljovic. I think averaged 106 and got beat 10-8. So
65.
Again, similar to Mensur, even when he's playing well, he's not winning matches.
Yeah.
Suljovic a victor this evening. Comfortable victor too over James Wade. Smith beat Aspinall, Cross beat Van Barneveld, and Van Gerwen beat Gerwyn.
90.
72 for a leg levelling checkout for the Northern Irishman.
There's a few ways to go for this. 48. No, he's going for the 60. Double six. Well, he's perplexed because he threw two good darts and not one of them hit the intended target. This would hurt. Oh, wow. Oh, my. Double 14. Seemed to take an age to throw that last dart.
Gurney must have been thinking, this is absolutely typical.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't win a leg and suddenly that happens. And it didn't happen. Will this happen? Yes, it will. All time of asking, hits double six, levels the match. But he survived a scare there from Snakebite.
Well, on the plus side, that's as many legs as Daryl's won in the previous 2 weeks. It's a positive.
40. He's doubled his leg tally, is that what you're saying? Lost his first match in the Premier League this year, but I thought played pretty well against Gerwyn Price. Gerwyn was outstanding, wasn't he, in Newcastle?
Yes.
And then after that, he defeated Glen Durham, which was a scalp. And then beat Michael Smith, averaging just under 100. So those last two results that you alluded to came completely out of the blue, didn't they, really?
He was looking so good up until that point. There's an opportunity now for Daryl. Needed a couple of big travels. Again, that first dart letting him down. Well, these two met twice last year in the Premier League and they were both draws. So expect this to be tight as well.
60. Really require 156.
Well, no draw so far this evening, and we've had at least one draw every week up to press.
Correct, yeah.
Wright was threatening another big outshot. Remember, he missed double 14 for 148 the leg before. Gurney won't be troubling the outer ring, so Wright with a two-dart combo to go in front once more.
65. Really require 56.
16. Tops. Oh my. Double 10. That first start was way off.
Only requires 76.
And here's an opportunity. Still an opportunity. Double 20.
36.
Just can't seem to get the weight of the dart right. It's either high or low. This is for a 2-1 lead. Well, he's shaking his head, but he's happy. This, at the moment, you've got two men that are playing nowhere near the best and both struggling a little. These are the matches when you win them. Oh, it feels good. When you lose them, you don't want to set sight on a dartboard for a while.
60.
So far tonight, I think fair to say Rob Cross the standout performance, though an honourable mention for Mensur Suljovic.
No, I'm looking at you in an approving way. I don't approve of hardly anything you ever say. You were correct.
131.
Oh yeah.
he get the lot? There's a cage rattler from Peter Wright to leave 124, just when Gurney thought he had a little bit of breathing space in this fourth leg. The breathing space has disappeared.
97.
Right. Like a boa constrictor.
He's looked dangerous on these kind of biggish outs, hasn't he? But he 148, the 156.
Bullseye!
99.
How you doing?
36.
This for a level game. He likes 36.
Does he really? There it is.
Yes, he does.
Well, it was a 14-down leg in and amongst, wasn't it? In amongst the fun and games there. Gurney levelled the match. It was a bullseye attempt, which could have made a difference. Peter Wright on a couple of big combinations, as you mentioned, Wayne. The 148 missed the double 14, didn't he? And then the 124 missed the bull. It could have been game changers, either of them. But as it is, levels you devils at 2 each.
Well, we did say that they've met each other twice before and they were draws. I wonder.
140.
Wright averaging 98, Gurney 85. That has to be a 180. Well, I've been banging on about it, but the difference to the likes of Gurney, Michael van Gerwen, Gary Anderson, Adrian Lewis, they're all players that once they're at that first 60, you're thinking, that's a max.
It's a max, then, is it?
Chizzy. No, he had to move over. It was at the bottom wire. Come on, Matt.
He misses the ball and or out of ball. And right now, 2-dot combination if he goes to the treble 17, which he has hit to leave 2 at tops for an 11 or 12 dart leg. And it's an 11 darter from Snakey. He's back in front. Every leg goes with throw. And the standard heating up on the hockey. It was tepid to start with, wasn't it, Wayne? But now it's boiling up a little bit.
Yeah, it's good. Peter seems to have some kind of Las Vegas-inspired attire on tonight. If you look at the strides, roulette wheels and cards and all sorts. Playing cards on his head.
A pile of treble 20s there, Wayne. It's a good hand when you're on the hockey. And a good riposte from Peter Wright.
123.
It's in again. Well, now he's just becoming cocky. Needs all 3. Wow.
84.
We should have a level game in a matter of seconds. Double 8.
105.
Double 8 again for Daryl Gurney.
Daryl, you require 60.
The 13-dart leg.
He likes double 8.
Yep. As he was saying.
8.
Well, if you're going to miss, he's probably picked the best time you could to miss 4 at double, because Wright still isn't on a finish, although he will be now. And now the heat is on Daryl Gurney, and he's 3 in hand looking at double 4 with Wright waiting on tops. And this is now a really significant dart in this match, and he's missed again. He's missed 7 here for the leg that was at his mercy, at his command, has disobeyed his orders, and right now can mop up.
Oh, that is a real steal. That is a real steal. That will make Daryl feel horrible inside. There you see. He could hardly lift his head in disgust and still shaking his head. Well, they're the kind of things you just got to get over, I'm afraid. And it's difficult, it's not always easy.
Yeah, if you take your dictionary off the shelf and look up the word crestfallen, there'll be a picture of Daryl Gurney at the end of the 6th leg. But he missed 7 darts at double there, and Wright hit at his first attempt. And that's the game of darts. As you said, Wayne, we should have a level game, and there was no doubt that you were right. We should have had a level game.
Yes.
Missed an absolute bunch of darts at double. Now he's faced with the prospect of having to break Wright to get it back on serve. And that will help Daryl Gurney. 3 legs running, he's had a match.
He will switch. He will go for a treble 19.
39.
Well, they're brilliant markers. Just got to clatter into them. When you move across the hockey, the target becomes that little bit further away, and that's why he was low. It's a good marker for him through the 60. Bullseye to leave tops. He's done really well, Peter, right here, because he was looking out of this leg, but 2 good visits. Oh, he may be out of this leg. Bullseye!
136. He requires 65.
Well, it still lets Peter Wright know he's there. He's like a parrot on Peter Wright's shoulder. Squawking, I'm on 25, and may have forced an error, because Wright's only going to get 1 dart at double top.
45. There will require 25.
Wow, this is crucial. Double 8, likes double 8. Double 4. Oh, this time he's got it, and that's a biggie. Numerically a small finish, the significance of it much bigger.
Yeah, he knew the importance of that. Great reaction from Daryl Gurney.
Especially that he'd faffed on double 8 and double 4, hadn't he? And that mishmash of misses in leg 6, 7 of them, they were at double 8 and double 4, weren't they?
Yeah, so to put that right mentally, it's important for him.
Not gone off with anything there though, has he? Wright can punish.
Can punish, but will he?
Yes. 131.
Well, if Daryl can miss high with a first dart, that is not a problem. When he misses low, it becomes a real chore for him. Peter Wright averaging 99, Daryl Gurney 89. Peter's just been better, more consistent.
140.
Gurney missing 14 darts at a double does not help that.
Needs another squeeze alongside the second dart and can't find it, so right now favourite to break again, break straight back if you will.
Oh, that is sublime. The way he was holding his arm there, as if I will place it right there. Raymond van Barneveld will be sitting in the players' room thinking, come on, Peter! He wants Daryl Gurney to lose this match, to keep Barney in the frame to not be eliminated. That is quality from Wright, averaging 102.65.
Yeah, Daryl Gurney had the man that was trying to, air of a man who was trying to keep his balance on a revolving barrel in the rapids, and he managed to
keep his balance there at the 7th leg, but it's just fallen off again. And he's 5-3 down. He's got to find a break here. If he doesn't find a break in this leg, he's got to hold to stay in the game and then break. But Wright holds all the aces. Most of them are on his trousers.
Very good.
125.
Well, you look at Peter Wright's average now at 104. And you think he's sort of meandering along here steadily, but he's playing a lot better than visually it looks. 104.
Yeah, but he hasn't, as you would put, faffed. He hasn't faffed on doubles.
No, hasn't faffed.
50% on doubles to 18% from Gurney. When you start popping them doubles away, and the way these guys score now, he's played well, Peter Wright.
134, PD requirement 155.
He doesn't really need to worry about taking this out. Just a setup will suffice.
65.
Well, may only get a shot at bull off the back of 90, so Gurney in the leg.
Well, he's not going to hit 2 trebles now. He needed. Oh, that is a great dart.
Video require 90.
There's pressure on this. 60. 20 or a 60. Bullseye. Oh dear, that hurt Daryl. That hurt. It's all right. I've been confused with his form since the very, very start of the Premier League. He kind of comes and goes. He looks out of sorts, then great. But the last 2 weeks he has been superb.
That will have wounded Gurney, as you said, Wayne. Because he knows that when Wright looking at a bull last start in hand, he's probably got a 4/5 chance of coming back to the hockey himself to have a pop at that 84. But it was one of the other occasions, one of the 1 in 5. It was the 1 in 5. So Gurney now faced with a prospect here of having to win 3 consecutive legs of darts to pinch a point. The good news is that 2 of them are on his own throw.
Indeed. Right, he's in control of this leg. Oh, he'd be livid after it the 61st start and then only 83. Okay, he's over a ton in front, but the way Wright's playing, who knows what kind of pressure he's going to put on Daryl.
Wright has led for much of the match. Gurney has never been in front.
138.
Very good under pressure. Well, he's looked dangerous, like we've alluded to. And these big 3-figure ones, not now. We'll go 39 or 51.
88.
Daryl Gurney's missed 14 darts at a double in this match. He can't afford to miss another 3, you feel. He hasn't.
Game shot in the 10th leg.
So he clings on now. This is the big leg, really. This is the one he's got to attack the right throw. He has to break the right throw. Otherwise, it's good night, Nottingham.
Every time he misses a treble 20 in this leg, Daryl Gurney, he has to miss high. He cannot miss low. If he misses low, he's going to find this a real chore. Oh, that's perfect.
Surely! Surely not.
Second dart just laid that little bit flat on him, didn't it?
Lost his rhythm a bit though, didn't he?
Yeah, he just, when you have to move, it's never that easy. Right, averaging 104.
138. 21.
Well, the loose last start gives Gurney hope.
Can work off the high one. Oh!
That makes such a difference, doesn't it?
It ploughed through the previous start, didn't it?
85.
He's still just about in the leg, isn't he? Just about in the leg, but needs 2 trebles. 3 trebles, even better. Back to the 2 treble theory.
He's being aggressive. Just trying to crack into the previous start. He's thrown some wayward ones in this leg, Peter Wright.
85.
He's getting down with 1 or 2 trebles every visit as well. Well, if he can hit a 140 or a ton, Wright would have to take out the 113.
Stayed straight with that last start, leaves him a 2-dart combination, unless Wright, who has looked dangerous on 3-figure outshots but has not hit one yet, can take out the 113. And now he's every chance. Now he wants tops to close the door. Looser.
Well, after the 57 went in, Daryl Gurney looked away. To send us to a deciding leg. Very well done indeed. Held it together well. Went out 14 darts.
Well, from being a dart away from defeat, Gurney now has the arrows. And now favourite to escape the East Midlands with a draw. But he won't be if he opens up with 41 or 28.
It's all right, taking his time. He knows. He knows that this is the time to pounce. Pounced!
Well, 28 plays 140, and now all the pressure back on Daryl Gurney. And he responds with his 4th maximum of the match.
Quite brilliant. Getting over the disappointment of the 28 start to hit your 4th max. Oh, what a great leg. What a brilliant leg.
You talk about leaving the best for last, and still they come. Well, it was the 28 that's caused all the problems, isn't it?
But if Peter Wright doesn't hit a treble here with any of these 3 darts, then Gurney may escape.
60. Daryl will require 100.
Great escape. Remember, he was 6-3 adrift in this match.
90.
Well, that leaves 60. Oh, that might not be the easiest combination for Daryl Gurney, but he'll be relieved just to have a go at it.
Yeah, he may not yet. 51 for ball. He's not going to get a go at the bullseye.
57.
So Daryl Gurney, can he take out the awkward finish that is 60? Because his darts stand up, he's got to move. Double top, 4-8 point. Look at that. That's what it means to Daryl Gurney. Peter Wright had a dart to win that 7-5, but it all equates to Peter Wright 6, Daryl Gurney 6. How important will that draw be for Daryl Gurney come Judgment Night? What a great night of darts we had here in Nottingham. We hope you've enjoyed it.
Peter Wright 102.913 average, Daryl Gurney 94.98. 6 apiece. Mutual respect. A good night at the office for both players, particularly Daryl Gurney, who could have saved his skin there. Let's have a look through the nights, show you what happened. Michael Smith, 7-2 over Nathan Aspinall. James Wade beaten by Mensur Suljovic, 7-3, 101.383 to average. Rob Cross, good performance against Barney, 7-3. Michael van Gerwen, 7-2 over Gerwyn Price. And Peter Wright and Daryl Gurney drawing 6 apiece. Could be vital for Daryl Gurney, that point. 5 points, 3 points clear of Raymond van Barneveld. Peter Wright, 4th position, 7 points. Top of the table, Rob Cross from Michael van Gerwen and James Wade. Gurney could have saved his skin there, couldn't he, Wayne?
The way he held it together, I thought was absolutely fantastic. And as you can see, it doesn't get easier, but that fixture with Raymond van Barneveld, one, he'll be out of trouble by then, but that's the way it is.
What about Barney? He's got a tough run as well. Yeah,
playing Max in Berlin.
It could be hot though.
Of course he can.
It could be Gurney as well.
Of course you can. Look, it's the way it's kind of gone. Yes, it's gone Barney's way tonight in effect, but he's still got to register a win, which he hasn't done yet, and that's the problem. We're talking about someone winning matches, possibly 2 out of the next 3. We're talking about a man that hasn't won a game yet. It's not that likely, but it's possible. He's going to be under pressure against Max Hopp in Berlin next week. That's absolute fact. And if he does lose that, and Daryl loses next week to Michael van Gerwen, which is likely, then they go head-to-head for it. And that's when, who knows what can happen.
It could be a fantastic climax the first half of the season.
Yeah, it promises to be. That's if it gets that far. But Barney's just not looking at the races at the moment. There were moments in the game against Rob Cross. He had a chance to go 3-2 up, didn't. And then Rob Cross showed the class with 3 140s and 81. Things are going against Barney. They really are at the moment. They're not going his way. And it's difficult to fight when you know you're not playing your best, and he's nowhere near it.
Max Hopp, Barney next week in Berlin. It was a little bit flat last year in Berlin. It should be a lot more exciting this year.
Yeah, I think it's such a vast arena. There was 12,000, but it went back forever. There was kind of 3 or 4 sections singing different songs because the others couldn't hear them. It's great to have those numbers, but you want the atmosphere. I think the party and what surrounds Max Hopp, he brings something. He really does. And he looks the part, he plays the part, he talks so well about the game. I'm looking forward to next week. I think it'd be a great show.
Tonight, didn't really catch bar. Rob Cross, the performance of the evening?
Yeah, without a doubt. And it's just unfortunate that Barney's walked into it again. He walked into Peter Wright last week, he's walked into Rob Cross this week. Rob Cross is showing the class on a week-by-week basis. He's had the one miss-up against Van Gerwen, put that to one side, and the world champ of last year is in his stride.
Thanks, Wayne. Thanks to keep you entertained on Sky Sports over the coming days. There's a Super Sunday double bill, Fulham-Liverpool from 1:30, followed by Everton-Chelsea from 4:15, both on Sky Sports Premier League. And Sky Sports, the home of Formula One, the Australian Grand Prix, practice 1 from 12:30 AM tonight, followed by Australian Grand Prix qualifying Saturday from 5 AM, and the race itself 3:30 AM Sunday morning, all on the Sky Sports Formula One channel. And next week, Berlin, including Max Hopp against Barney. Premier League continues 7 PM on Sky Sports Action as Cross shows his class here in Nottingham. He tops the table. Good night.